What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the evolution of Sports Talk Television. It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, giving you something to think about. And how do we start off this show? As we're only 4 days away from Bucs versus the Falcons opening up the season. Definitely want to hear from you guys tonight. So how do we do it? You love them. You know them. You love them. You got to have them. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. On tonight's show, we'll have Harry the Greek, professional handicapper extraordinaire, my analyst, breaking down what else? Bucs versus the Falcons, of course. And then at 9:30, we will have TJ Rives of the Buccaneers Radio Network taking your questions. I'm thinking that we're going to hear from all you Bucs fans tonight because the phone lines will be open as my phone is going off as we speak. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. In fact, just got a text. So it's going to be 9:45 for the media icon, Mr. TJ Rives. So we have plenty of time to talk about it. We threw it out there on social media. What's your confidence level with this Bucs team going into the game versus the Atlanta Falcons, 1 to 10? We could talk about that. What player are you looking forward to seeing come back this year? Is it Antoine Winfield Jr.? Is it Kalijah Kancey for the first time playing week 1? Or is it somebody else? Is it the new guy there, and Emeka Egbuka starting at number 2? We may also have J.C. Allen from Sports Illustrated, but definitely want to get your thoughts tonight. Of course, this show brought to you by Up the Block Barbershop. Whether you need a haircut, fade, beard trim, it's Up the Block Barbershop, 4946 Moog Road in Holiday, Florida. Tell them the Rolex reporter Peter Blake sent you. Go see my favorite barber, Ricky, along with all the great barbers at Up the Block Barbershop. Once again, you don't have to go far. It's Up the Block Barbershop. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get the man on himself. I know he's ready to go. You know that I'm ready to go. We will have a pregame show on Sunday. We may have a halftime show on Sunday. I'm not sure where we're going. We may be in the studio here. We may be out somewhere in the Tampa Bay area. We're just not sure. And, of course, we'll have the post-game show in collaboration with the J.P. Peterson show after the game with your phone calls. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and go out to him. Here we go. Harry the Greek, professional handicapper extraordinaire, analyst of the Sports Web. As always, my friend, 4 days away from your Tampa Bay Buccaneers facing the Atlanta Falcons. Happy hump day, buddy. Not that one. That's hump day. You're not a bum.
Oh, my God. Stop. I think we need some different intro music for the Greek, bro. Honest to God, man.
What's the you don't like the Tom Brady?
That's going off the suck right there.
Oh, my God. You got to stop with that. I swear to God, I am going to stick your soundboard so far up your anus. You have no idea. You can't. Please stop with the sound effects. People.
He was there. He was in town last night saying, let's go.
I know. He was in town last night with Brad Johnson and everybody else.
Yes, the 50th season for the Tampa Bay
Peter,
Buccaneers.
Looking good, my friend. What's going on? Can you believe it's 4 days away from the National Football? Actually, what am I talking about? It starts tomorrow.
It does start tomorrow with
Philadelphia is at home against the Dallas Cowboys.
Fly, Eagles, fly. How about that? Against the Dallas Cowboys. Who wants to see that matchup? Why not the Washington Commanders? I mean, so much to talk about. Your Chicago Bears on Monday Night Football versus the Minnesota Vikings there and J.J. McCarthy. So
absolutely love it.
I guess we start with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's start with the line right now because according to FanDuel Sports, Tampa Bay is a 2.5 favorite in Atlanta. And the over-under, the point total is 47.5. Money line, Bucs minus 132, Falcons plus 112. you see all around the NFL, the Bucs are favored, but you told me something that may come into effect here. Once again,
you're already putting the Greek on the spot, aren't you?
Listen, this is what I do. Okay, I'm ready to go. The spotlight is.
I got to do the sign of the cross. I don't like that, Pete. Listen,
and you gotta love the gear, right?
I do love the gear, but Pete, seriously, any time that a road favorite, and for those ladies and gentlemen, for those of you guys that haven't tuned in from before and don't understand what the 88% rule is in college football and in the pros in the past 10 years, here's the statistic for you. You don't have to just love a team. Sometimes you just have to bet trends. And I'm going to give you an example. If a road team is favored by exactly 2.5 points, 88% of the time, the home team not only covers the game, but they win. But don't sweat. That doesn't mean that Tampa won't beat Atlanta in this game.
Yes.
But if that line stays at 2.5 at game time, it doesn't look very good. Not trying to piss everybody off. I'm just giving everybody statistics.
Well, that's okay. You can give the statistics out there because you're a gambling extraordinaire, and you've said it best before. The road team, it's tough when that 2.5 goes into effect. 88% of the time, the home team is favored. Wins. The home team wins. And then to complicate matters, Vita Vea did not practice on Wednesday with an apparent foot injury. And
that could be precautionary.
Okay. And Hassan Reddick did not practice, but he was seen in the locker room, just a personal thing. The Vea injury is a little bit more concerning for me because he is important to that defensive line. And if he is the focal point, which I believe he definitely is, you double and triple team on him, you open up those opportunities for your edge rushers in the Hassan Reddick and, of course, the Kalijah Cansey. So
you also have to remember they're doing this a lot for precautionary reasons.
Right.
I mean, if you're dinged up a little bit, they're not going to let them play. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, stop. I mean, Eric, I love you, brother. I appreciate all the comments, but the last thing I want to do is start talking about Rays. They're not going anywhere. They're a 500 team. They can win the next 15 in a row. Stop, man. Stop. Let's not even stop with the not. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just stop with the nonsense.
To that point, where
are they going, Pete?
They got 2.5 games out of the wild card. So all you got to do, my friend, is
are you back on that bandwagon?
I never said they were done, but I definitely think better baseball. You said they were done.
You can take that to the bank. They're
all
done.
Right. Well, you did bet me though. Remember, you did bet me. What did you bet me on that?
I don't know, Pete. Whatever I bet you wasn't. $1,000. Pete, seriously, you should know better than bet the Greek a dime. Okay, stop it, please. Listen, I want to say hello to some special people that are tuning in tonight. Hello, Eleni Piso Glentis. She taught me the new word. We won't talk about what that means for all the Greeks that are out there that heard me say that. She taught me that word. She
taught you that word.
And her husband, George. Let me tell you something. George, you are an awesome person. He's a great fisherman. I just don't know why I don't get any of this fish. You always bring it over to my mom, but I never get any of this fish. So,
Yeah,
hook a brother up, George. Would you hook a brother up? I'll tell you what. Her husband's an awesome. He's a huge football fan.
Okay.
I'm not really sure if he's a fan of the Buccaneers, but I yet to find that out for us.
All right, score update on the Rays at this point, which they are 500 right now, but they can go over one game over 500, 9-4 over the Seattle Mariners, looking to sweep them. Of course, the Mariners in front of them. If they beat the Mariners tonight, which, knock on wood, it looks like they are going to, they would be 2.5 games out of the wild. So they're not done. There is a chance. It's not a dumb and dumber chance, but there's a chance.
There's a chance, Pete. You're right.
Yes, there's a chance.
Right. See? The ebbs and flows that we keep talking about.
I love it.
You are a Malacca. Do you know what that means?
And
it means I love you, Pete.
Here's what Tom Brady thinks about you.
That's good enough to suck right there.
Also, here's what Mickey thinks about you. And here's what Billy Madison thinks about you.
Shut up!
There you go. All right, let's go on to the comments here, the texting line, if you will, as we love our engagement. By the way, 295,000 views on Facebook.
That's how many views we've gotten. Is 295,000 views.
Yes.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
Facebook stars are open. YouTube super chats continue. Let's get to 300 by tomorrow. And that includes not just the video shows here, but all the content that we post here on the evolution of sports talk television. And oh, by the way, in case you missed it, USF versus the Florida Gators. USF impressive victory over Boise State 34-7. We'll face the Florida Gators on Saturday, and the Sports Web will be represented by yours truly, along with Travis Faley of Rocket Sports Entertainment. We're going to Gainesville, getting in the Go Bucs red Tesla, driving to Gainesville. And if they allow us to be on the field at the end of the game, we'll give you a post-game edition of the evolution of Sports Talk Television live from the swamp, whether the Bulls win or not. So how about that, Bulls? Yeah. I know you're a Gator fan, yes.
The Gators are a 17.5-point favorite. It should be 22 to 23 points.
Wow.
It really should be. I just think they're just much better football team. But you know what? Any interstate rivalry, especially against these two teams, it's going to be very tight. But I just think the Gators are going to have a little bit of a coming out. Very, very similar to what your Florida State Seminoles did.
Oh, man, I love that. I love the sound of Florida State. And then Miami survives. And I think it's the first time for all three Florida teams, the big three, of course, Miami, Florida, and Florida State, to be in the top 25. I think it's been like 20 years since that has happened. So congratulations. We'll see if it can stay that way. Of course, I think USF would maybe have something to say about that with Byron Brown at the controls. But, of course, Florida has their own quarterback that you have to definitely worry about. That would be Mr. DJ Langway there, who I got a chance to meet a couple months ago at the Expo. So
what did you think of him, by the way?
Good kid, really good kid, well-spoken. I talked to him for a little bit, but yeah, and I definitely think he's talented on the field. So yeah, it's going to be a challenge. It's definitely going to be a challenge. Florida's got a tough schedule, so they're looking to win this game. I hope they don't, take USF for granted, because just a couple of years ago, USF gave them everything they could handle, but weren't able to make the critical plays when they needed to beat the Gators there in the swamp.
This Gator team's a little bit more conditioned than they have been in the past couple of years. But then again, they said that about FSU, just like FSU last year. They were ranked 6th or 7th. They had high hopes, and they couldn't get out of a paper bag at that time. So you never really know. I mean, I can't remember in past years, Pete, how many top-ranked teams in the country went down in the first 2 weeks, and you're getting to see that again. There's so much parity in football right now, especially in college football, because everybody's making money now. And so they're just making really good teams even better, and they're making some of these mediocre teams even better. It's pretty exciting to watch.
There really is. It absolutely is. Of course, down goes Clemson to LSU.
I picked that game, by the way. I absolutely loved LSU. You know what's really impressive about LSU, Pete?
What's that? What's up?
They actually have a defense now. And if they could get that offense really starting to spark, that's going to be a team that people might have to contend with this year. LSU, I'm going to tell you what, after the next couple of weeks, I'm going to tell you about this team. But right now, buddy, that team is playing some defense. They were inspired. So either LSU's defense has really come together, or Clemson's really that bad this year.
Maybe it's a little bit of both. That I definitely think LSU, congratulations to them. Brian Kelly, frustrated last year, frustrated against Florida State, not able to get it done in the season, season opener the last 5 times, finally gets it done for the Tigers. So lots of things to talk about when it comes to football in general, college football in general. Let's go out to our comments here. Matthew Wells says, "What's good? What's good with you?"
Oh yeah.
Let's go out to Sitten. Sitten says, "Go Bucks! Go Bucks!
Wait up, little boy! Wait up!
Go Bucks! Go Bucks!
How about them Bucks, baby?
Go Bucks!" There we go. Let's go out to Mike. Can't wait till Buccaneer football. I think a lot of people are there right now when it comes to Buccaneer football. Let me put you on the spot. How many wins? I've said 12-5. Haven't come off of that. I know that the Bucs have the injury situation there with Tristan Wirfs, hopefully getting him back by week 3. Chris Godwin, as Jason Light was on a local radio station WDAE, said possibly after October. So where do you stand on this Bucs team right now? Have you changed your number with Emeka Egbuka being a rookie there, starting, possibly making the same type of impact of Mike Evans and possibly an improved defense, right?
Listen, the defense is definitely going to be improved, Peter, especially with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, it was only a matter of time that you were going to have Todd Bowles allow this team to continue to play the way they were. And again, he's been playing with a lot of smoke and mirrors on this defense. They were so injured the past couple of years that it's been extremely difficult for that team to play consistent. But I think defensively, they're going to be fine. Offensively, they've controlled the past 2 years. Okay. I think they're going to be a little bit more challenged this year, having another new offensive coordinator. And that's not the only reason. And I predicted this team not only to win this division, but to win possibly even 12 games this year. And I might be changing my mind, and I'll let you know after week 3, and I'm going to tell you why. It's not so much a Chris Godwin. That has something to do with it. And it may have to do with some of the other injuries. But when you lose your left tackle, and if there's any kind of setbacks whatsoever in a Tristan Wirfs, that is Baker Mayfield's blind side. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if this team can play defense and they can really, really run the football, they're not going to miss Tristan Wirfs as much as you think. But if they have to get into a shootout and the defensive ends can pin their ears back, they will get the Baker, because I don't like the backups on the left side of that line. Because I'm telling you right now, you cannot say next man up when you arguably have the top left tackle in the entire National Football League sitting on the bench for 3 weeks. Unfortunately, I could see this team possibly going 0-3 if they fall behind. But if they're capable of running the football, this team could very easily be 3-0.
And then listen, I think they're going to try to run the football, of course, and that's going to be the challenge there. Without
they have to run the football. If you don't run the football in this game, okay, and you're given the defense short fields, it should be the other way around. Tampa Bay can control their destiny in the first 3 games of the season, and then welcome, Tristan Wirfs back, and then they can get their passing game going again. But Peter, you know just as well as I do, that's the biggest injury on this team right now is Tristan Wirfs.
Well, it is the biggest injury at the end of the day. You're absolutely correct about that. Let's go out to the phone lines as we always do here at Webheads.
We got a caller?
We already got a caller. Curtis, welcome to the Evolution. 4 days away from Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Atlanta Falcons. You're on with yours truly, along with the Greek himself, Harry the Greek.
Man, come on, man. You know I love you guys, man.
I love you too, man.
What's up, Curtis?
Yes.
I'm ready for some football.
Yes,
I'm ready to watch the Michaelis Parsons Dallas Cowboys get their heads kicked in tomorrow.
Hey, it's okay if you call him Michelle Parsons. In today's day and age, it's okay.
You know what? And I'm going to tell you this. I think Jerry Jones is enjoying this because, he already is a media darling.
Yeah.
And he was on Good Morning America this morning. So,
well,
anyway,
listen,
I don't care about that. I care about
I've always said
things,
this.
right?
I've always said
what do you care about, buddy?
Well, listen, Jerry Jones, until he steps aside, the Dallas Cowboys are not going to win a Super Bowl. They're not going to get to a Super Bowl. They're never going to go anywhere because he's the factor. But to look at it, the rumors are that Parsons, even though he is supposedly a generational player, which
L3 and an L4 sprain, and he's going to have epidurals. This is not the same football player, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if he doesn't play well, who got the better end of the deal?
You would think Jerry Jones did with the 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark.
I honestly thought, listen, when they let him go for the 2 first-round picks and a all-pro tackle, I thought that Green Bay won that deal hands down. But then I started thinking, I went, wait a minute. Jerry Jones, one of the best owners in the entire National Football League, okay? He's not afraid to spend money. He's showing it out there. But let me be really clear when I say this. He only gave up 2 first-round picks. I mean, Green Bay's only given up 2 first-round picks.
Mm-hmm.
And we know first-round picks are not as valuable as they used to be.
They're not. But
correct. But I think Dallas won this. I really do.
They may have.
No, they did. They absolutely did.
They may have.
Absolutely, because if 2 things about it. Number one, if you look at the Micah if you look at the Micah contract, and then you would have set that next to the CeeDee Lamb contract, and then the Dak Prescott contract, and then didn't they pay Diggs too?
Bro, how the hell are they going to go ahead and pay three or four players over $100 million? You can't do that. I mean,
exactly.
how are they doing that in Cincinnati? And then you know what you end up having?
I don't know.
You got a team that's going to score 40 points a game. Hold on, Curtis.
Well,
Hold on, Curtis. Then you got a team that's going to score 40 points a game, but they're going to give up 45. That's what happens.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, you know what? This is the world we live in nowadays, okay? We grew up in a world where defense mattered. All these people care about is offense now. Don't get me wrong. I love the Bucs having a strong, powerful offense because guess what? For years, it was all about our defense. But you know what? I love our defense, and I love that we got some offense out there. I mean, I don't know. The NFL, I don't know where the NFL is going. Maybe we're going to be playing flag football in the next 20 years.
Well, listen, they definitely
have that'll go with global warming and everything else. I didn't go political, did I?
Yeah, well, you always kind of do go, but
you know what?
Football is football.
We can do whatever we want to with Peter as long as we don't piss him off.
Well, you're good.
Well, we already know that, okay? I mean, because he can get into his feelings a little bit. But again, I have to start promoting it. I'm going to come out with the Greeks coming out with new with new memorabilia. Okay, it's called fashion garb. I have a question for you, okay, Curtis? If I make a hat and it has MAGA on it, the MAGA hats, I have a question for you. Would you buy it? Well, it's going to say MAGA, and I understand it's going to say "Make America Greek Again." Would you do it?
Okay, I would.
Would you represent the Greek community, Curtis?
For you, brother, I will do. For you and Peter, I got to get Peter to send me a shirt. I need a 4X, Peter.
Brother, you better wait your ass in line if you want Peter to send you a shirt. Because
I'm gonna post a T-shirt tomorrow, so you need a 4X. So I'm gonna write that down now.
Who needs a 4X?
Curtis.
I do.
I thought you were talking about me.
I know you don't need a 4X.
I'm a big dude. If I could, I'd love to be lined up next to Vita and Kalijah.
There you go. You like to be in the Desmond Watson situation at this point, right?
No, because I'm not 400 pounds. I'm like
Desmond Watson. He needs to lose a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not 400 pounds. I'm like 6'1", 330. So
330.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Warren Sapp's old size there. 6'1", 330. There you go, buddy.
Yeah.
All right.
So
can you move like that?
My question for you guys tonight is,
what's that?
What are y'all most excited about this week? I have a double question. Let's go to this question first. What was most interesting to you about college football last week?
All the upsets. I have two things that really impressed me. Thanks for asking the question. First off, LSU, they have a defense, and when their offense starts to click, I think that team could be almost unstoppable this year. And I never would have thought that prior to the season. I was impressed with the way FSU handled Alabama. And the thing that really amazed me the most was all the ranked teams that went down. I mean, how can they possibly get it so wrong that quick, that early?
Yep.
Oh, and when did Illinois become the 11th ranked team in football? Illinois? Really?
I have no idea.
Well, listen, I think, two things I like to see, of course, covering USF there on Thursday night versus Boise State, a pleasant surprise, but it really shows you when that team is healthy with Byron Brown, what kind of impact he can make on offense. And then, of course, defensively, Jalen Shuler. And then, of course, Florida State on Saturday, absolutely belt to ass, if you will, over Alabama there with the quarterback leading the way.
I already gave you your flowers about Florida State.
Here's the thing.
Hang on. Let me get some lotion for you, buddy. Hold on.
Shut up.
Let me give you the lotion, okay?
Shut up, P. Diddy.
Oh, my God. But listen, I told my cousin, because, he's a diehard Alabama fan. I said, brother, Nick Saban's not there no more. I said, I don't care what kind of talent you have. Coaching is a big part of football, a huge part of football. And it's like all the people that thought Bill Belichick was going to go in and kick TCU ass. Your players still got to go out there and play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Still got to go out there and play the game. So I was so happy to watch Florida State kick Alabama's behind. I was disappointed in the Texas-Ohio State game because talk about a snooze fest.
I got to be honest with you. I had that game. I mean, I'm not an Ohio State fan, but I thought that was just that was like easy money.
But see, for me, Harry, I didn't care who won. I just wanted a good game, and it was a nice defensive game. But other than that, it was a snooze fest. And then the Texas head coach, what's his name, Steve Sarkisian?
Yep.
What the hell is wrong with him going on? You went for it on 4th down, the first series of the game.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Did y'all not learn anything from what was that guy that coached the Chargers before Harbaugh?
Staley. Yeah. Yes.
He used to go for it on 4th down all the time. Come on, man. Like, are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, the head coach for Texas lost that game for them. I do not care.
Yes.
He lost that game for them.
We got some great comments here. All right, Curtis. So what are you saying here? What are you looking forward to with college football? What are you looking forward to? What's your confidence level with this Tampa Bay Buccaneer team week 1 versus the Atlanta Falcons from 1 to 10? And why the number, whether it's high or low?
I think it's going to be an old school NFC shootout.
Okay.
It's NFC South shootout. I think that.
What's your number, 1 to 10? How confident are you in this Bucs team?
Oh, in a win on Sunday?
Yeah.
I'm giving us about an 8.
Okay.
I'm giving us about an 8.
So you think it's a shootout?
I mean, it's going to be sort of a shootout, but I think what's going to happen is Todd Bowles is definitely going to throw some looks at Michael Penix, and he's going to confuse that kid. Because I'm sorry, his 3 starts are nothing compared to what Todd Bowles is willing to throw at him. I mean, we have watched Todd Bowles throw some exotic defenses at some veteran quarterbacks, and they don't know what the hell to do with them. So, and I know we're all dying to see this new and improved pass rush. So, I mean, if you can only rush 4, and then you can have the rest of your secondary covered, then I mean, we should have a pretty good chance of winning this game.
I agree with you on that. Yeah.
I love our running back stable. I think it's one of the most underrated part of our teams. I think that people forget about Cade Otton because Cade Otton is an X factor because, if anybody watched the season last year, when we had all those injuries at wide receiver, Cade Otton stepped up big time. And other than that, I'm ready to see what this secondary is going to look like. I'm ready to see if Jamel Dean is going to blow wreck. And if he blows wreck, are they going to bench him? That is what I'm worried about. Everything else, I'm not worried about this team. I think Baker is very comfortable. I think him and Mike Evans and his offense are very comfortable. I love Luke Goedeke getting paid his money today. I love seeing that.
That's the other thing we didn't get a chance to address at this point, but Luke Goedeke extension for 4 years. Once again, another Jason Light draft pick that has worked out, a homegrown talent that at first, a lot of Bucs fans thought he was a bust, playing left guard, but now going to his natural position there of right tackle and has absolutely paid off big time dividends. With Goedeke.
I got 2 things to say, and then I'm gonna let everybody go.
Go for it.
I got 3 things. I'm sorry.
3
Number
things.
1.
Okay.
You're only allowed 2.
Okay, well,
I'm just kidding.
The third one is about.
That's good enough to suck right there.
The third one is about the Bears, so you better wait for the third one. Anyway, the first one is Baker Mayfield is the perfect example of a second chance. Because I didn't even pay attention to it today. I watched his interview today. Baker Mayfield's only been in the league for 8 years.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks are playing 15 to 20 years easy nowadays. Now, Baker Mayfield does play a different kind of football. I would love to get a shirt that says #Buccaneer Tough because that's what that kid is. He's a tough little person, and whatever.
He's a tough little person.
I mean, he's a
little guy like Petey.
Wait up, little boy. Wait up.
He's a little bit guy compared to me. I mean, whatever. But anyway,
he's a little person.
I mean, dude. Okay, listen. I'm gonna say this. You stand. Okay, Baker Mayfield.
All right, Pete. Stop. You're starting to laugh like that little girl.
Yeah, he likes to work out with the offensive line, right? Okay. Could you imagine seeing Baker in the weight room with the offensive line?
Well, the offensive line respects him, and
No, they do respect
he's
him,
tough
but
as
still,
nails.
he's still a little guy in the weight room when he's with the offensive line.
Yes.
So I mean, but dude, he's tough. I still think that a lot of our Bucs fans and people out there, they need to get off of Todd Bowles' back, because these guys really go out there and play hard for this man. They really, really do.
Well, they do, and it is a direct reflection of not only Todd Bowles, because we learned that in the offseason with, talking to these veterans like Levante David and Kalijah Cansey and Antoine Winfield Jr., how much they respect and how much they play for him. And the proof is in the pudding. When this team gets off to a slow start, or they have, some type of meltdown, if you will, or Bucs fans they're not going to make the playoffs, Todd Bowles is going to be fired, this team responds, whether it's usually in the middle of the season to where they win the NFC South. So, and then Baker Mayfield, of course, being a direct reflection of this locker room. They play for him. And listen, that's the reason why the Glazers in the first place extended Jason Light, and of course Todd Bowles, because of the culture. And that's the reason why Baker Mayfield could be on his way to a big time contract with this team, because he's absolutely showed the faith, if you will, that Jason Light had in him. It's paid off also.
Yep, absolutely. Now, Harry, this one's for you, the Chicago Bears.
Yes, sir. I'll pay attention to you. I was starting to fall asleep, but go ahead.
Well, sorry. I'm sorry you were trying to fall asleep. It's past your bedtime, but you wanted it at 9 o'clock.
Past my bedtime. Can you say Malaka?
Can you say
That's good enough to suck right there.
How about that?
Okay. Let the important caller ask the Chicago Bear question.
Oh, one more time. You wanted to disrespect me. Oh, here you go.
No. I didn't want to disrespect you.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I got another one for you. Here's one.
Oh,
my God.
Oh, Lord. Forgive him, for he knows not what he does.
You couldn't do anything. If you were in front of me, you wouldn't tell me to stop playing my sound effects, as I do it anyway, anytime. So there you go. Right,
oops,
go
Peter, I just spilled coffee on it. Go ahead.
I think, what is it? It's Ben Johnson's name of y'all head coach, right?
Yes, sir.
I think that he is going to have Caleb Williams come out Monday and air Minnesota's ass out.
I think you're right.
That is what I think. I think that he has something up his sleeve with this kid, and we are going to see something in this kid that made him a first-round pick. That's what I think. Because I'm not sold on Minnesota. Mm-hmm. Because the way they crumbled last year in the playoffs after going 14-3 or whatever it was, I was like, what is this? And I like JJ McCarthy, but I'm not sold on him either.
Listen, I don't care what Jim Harbaugh says. What else is he supposed to say? He won a national championship with the kid. He's never thrown for a lot of yards. He's big. He's tough. He can run the football. He still can't run off his second receiver. I got done watching a few things with JJ McCarthy, and I'm just not that impressed. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Bears fan. I'm telling you, if you're a betting man, you need to take Chicago at home this week plus the points. And just play them straight on the money line. And I'm glad you did bring up. I don't know if you ever asked a question, but go ahead and finish the question, because I've got a little bit of a dissertation regarding Caleb Williams.
No, give me your dissertation before Peter kicks me out.
Well, Peter's not going to kick you out. You see, a lot of people are talking about, well, Caleb, I don't know if he's going to live up to the hype. He's not that good. He makes that bad decisions. He doesn't make good decisions. Well, let me be clear when I say this. He threw the ball 500 times with 500 passing attempts. Out of those 500 times, he was sacked almost 70 times.
Yep.
He was hit over 250 times. That means every other drop back that he passed the ball, the man took a shot. Now, some will argue, like Jim Miller from, Sirius XM Radio, which I completely disagreed with. God bless you, Jim. You played quarterback in Chicago. You couldn't play behind that offensive line, and you were slower than Tom Brady, okay? Let's be real. You took that many shots behind that line of scrimmage. So let me get on it. 500 passing attempts, 250 hits, dropping back to pass, 70 sacks. 350 of those pass attempts, he didn't throw a pick. That's an NFL record, not rookie.
Yes,
That's an NFL record. So kiss my ass about the bad decisions because he didn't turn the ball over.
Right.
6 interceptions and 20 touchdown passes. So what did they do to get better, and how are they going to make this kid better? Well, they got the most sought-after offensive coordinator in football. Plus, they bought themselves an offensive line. They got arguably the 3rd best center from Atlanta. They bought 2 Pro Bowl guards. They got Darnell Wright on the right side that was a first-round draft pick. The only Achilles heel that they have is a possible left tackle issue. You've got 2 stud tight ends, 3 wide receivers, and a so-so running game. Good luck.
And I love
Minnesota. Good luck.
I love the wide receiver y'all drafted in the first round last year. Doomsday, his name is.
Oh, Roma Dunze?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wait till you get to see Luther Burden III.
Really?
You got some weapons there with Ben Johnson. A lot of excitement. Yes.
Peter, I have one more for you.
Go ahead.
Did you agree with the top 10 Buccaneers of all time?
Yeah, I mean, I think we gave it away with, and we'll have the media icon, Mr. TJ Rives of the Buccaneers Radio Network. We talked about this about a month and a half ago. Derek Brooks should have been number 1. Leroy Selman, number 2. I'm surprised that Sapp is so high at number 3, but I think you could put Mike Evans there at number 3, but Mike Evans number 4. I agree with most of it.
If Mike Evans was retired and he has another 1,000 yards, he'd be tied. It'd be 1A, 1B, and 1A. I'm not kidding you.
Here's the crazy thing. You look at where Tristan Wirfs already is.
Yep.
You look at where Levante David is, and you look at where Mike Evans is. All these guys can move up. All of them. Because, I mean, I can kind of agree with the Sapp thing. Sapp.
Well, you'd have to do that by, nothing personal, Curtis. You can talk about the top 10 Buccaneer players per decade. Okay, because you got Leroy Selman, you still have Doug Williams, you had James Wilder, you had wide receiver, what was his name? Horace Copeland. Let me tell you something. He's a forgotten soul. That was a great wide receiver for this team. Jimmy Giles.
I was a huge Eric Rent fan. I loved Eric Rent.
Eric Rent was awesome.
Yeah,
Eric Rent. I think Eric Rent was one of
Warwick Dunn. But if you did it by decades,
mm-hmm.
that's the only way to truly say it. But you can't say that Warren Sapp wasn't better than Leroy Selman, and you can't say that Leroy Selman was better than Warren Sapp. But in their decades, they were the most dominant. Would you agree, Peter?
Yes, absolutely.
Sapp revolutionized the defensive tackle position.
Mm-hmm.
The only person that I remind me of Sapp was a guy. What is that guy, Harry? I know you know his name. Charles Haley.
Wow.
Yeah, defensive end, 49ers, and he played with the Dallas Cowboys. We're friends on Facebook, by the way.
Yeah.
Nice.
Charles Haley was a monster, and that's exactly what Sapp was on that defense for the Bucs.
Well,
and,
Haley, two different positions, though. I mean, Haley would play the outside.
Tackle, though.
Yeah, he also lined up on the outside a lot more as a D end.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at the list. I mean, there's not much you can I mean, Antoine Winfield Jr. at 26, Donnie Abraham 25, Vita Vea 24, Tony Mayberry, Shelton Quarles.
Yep.
One guy I was surprised that wasn't higher on the list was Mark Carrier, because back then Mark Carrier was the guy that everybody, the offensive weapon.
Not to be mistaken with the real Mark Carrier from the Bears. Okay.
Well, Mark Carrier for the Bucs
was a joke. You remember Mark Carrier?
Oh, I know it was a joke. And then you have Paul Gruber. Mark Carrier wasn't a joke. I know he was joking around about with the Bears because they also had Mark Carrier safety.
Great
Paul
safety.
Gruber, Paul Gruber.
Wow. Why don't we talk about Paul Gruber?
Well, we don't talk about Paul Gruber.
Exactly. And Tristan Wirfs, I got to be honest with you. I love Tristan Wirfs, but I don't know if he's as good as Paul Gruber was. Gruber, let me tell you something. He played on teams that had no offensive help, and that man held his ground. That man held his ground. Can you imagine if you had a Paul Gruber today on the other side of that line?
Exactly. I remember Tony Mayberry was a huge for our offensive line a couple of years.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Tony Mayberry being on that list, Paul Gruber being on that list. And again, he didn't give up a lot of sacks, didn't give up a lot of pressure. And besides Carrier and Gruber, those are the players that you looked at, because there wasn't a lot of players you looked at that point. Ricky Reynolds comes to mind. We've had him on this show. He was really good himself, but wasn't in the list.
Where was Grammatica on that list?
Grammatica on the list because I'm glad I knew you were going to mention
kickers don't belong on a list.
Wait a minute, Harry.
They kick footballs, buddy. Stop.
Wait a minute, man.
Grammatica
Harry,
was tremendous.
Grammatica is a Tampa Bay legend.
Yes.
I understand that, buddy. Listen, I'm friends with Martine. I get it. But I would tell him if he was sitting in the same room we were eating dinners, I'm sorry, you're not a top 10 player in the Buccaneers lore.
He is not a top 10 player, but a top 50
was
49.
He was one of the best kickers ever to play in the game, but there's too many players. I'm sorry.
And going back to Gruber here, Dave, I don't know if you guys know this story. I can always tell it because I appreciate it because it made me want to cover the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I'll go full screen on this really quick. I got my jacket burned in 7th grade. Somebody burned a hole in it. And I kept on wearing it, whether they burned a hole in it or not, because the Bucs lost a lot of games, barely ever won. And eventually, I got that jacket signed by Paul Gruber at the time. Some kid lit a hole into the sleeve of the jacket. So I still have that creamsicle jacket, and Paul Gruber was the one, and that motivated me to want to cover the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that was in 7th grade.
Well, we thank that kid for burning your jacket because it made you who you are today.
Well, there you go, because the fire never went out after that. The kid burned the jacket, and the fire never went out.
All the fires.
That's it. Exactly. But I love to talk about that because there's moments in your life that you take that you use for inspiration. I always tell people there's moments, there's inspirations, there's things that you can be inspired by. Everything, you could take something that's totally negative and make it into a positive. And I definitely think my shirt, recognizes that and represents that. I haven't gotten an opportunity to tell you the true story behind the sports web, and I will one of these days. Trust me, I will. So,
I will. We all have our stories. I mean, yeah. I will remember, God. I remember playing the Eagles in the NFC Championship game in 2002.
Yep.
And I remember when Philly got the ball and they went down and they scored immediately. I was like, oh, God, here we freaking go again.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go again. And, I don't know. But then after I watched how that team came together, especially after, the Joe Jaravicious catch and run, that energized that team superly. And it just – I don't know. Ever since then, it's just been I just never doubt this team anymore, except for when we had Dirk Cutter. Oh, God.
There's been moments. Greg Schiano comes to mind. Lovey Smith comes to mind. Curtis, appreciate the call, man.
Thanks, Curtis.
All right.
All right, guys.
All right. Good stuff there from Curtis. And all right. So I want to go out to the comments. We'll get back to Luke Goedeke because he started out as a left guard. And again, this is why fans – you just have to relax sometimes because a lot of people he was a bust and all this, and then he moves to right tackle, and of course
who was a bust?
Luke Goedeke at the time because he was a left guard and he wasn't good, and everyone's like bust. Jason Light's got another bust, and then he moves to right tackle, and you look at his snaps overall. Of course, he signed a 4-year extension yesterday. Through the 2024 season, he was credited for allowing a total of 17 quarterback pressures for the whole season. He missed 3 games there, the first 3 games with a concussion, and then 3 sacks in his 14 games played. And 10 of those 14 contests, he allowed 1 or 0 pressures. 1 or 0 pressures. So you, again, essentially got a player from a small college, I believe it was like Central Michigan, he went to. Once again, Jason Light finding that diamond in the rough, like a Ali Marpet, who is also on this list as 50 greatest of all time. I think he's somewhere at 30. He's ranked at 30, retiring early. But you find a diamond in the rough, an offensive lineman that at the time struggles with the position because Marpet was going to center, struggled, and then you put him at left guard. The same thing could be said about Goedeke. Goes to left guard, struggles his rookie year, and then moves over to right tackle. This is what Luke Goedeke had to say in care of the Buccaneers.com website. I faced adversity in my rookie year. I'm grateful for the opportunity for one, just to be in the NFL, was going to do whatever they asked of me. I did not meet expectations and got benched and kind of took a step back and was able to get more familiar with the position. At the end of the year, I kind of picked up on it, but then switch back to the right tackle. But, adversity is going to come throughout the rest of my life, whether it be in the NFL or my day-to-day life. But it's just, how do you come back from that? I love that. I love that mindset. You're going to face adversity. You have a rookie quarterback. He's a franchise quarterback. Can he face adversity? Can he come back from it? We talk about Caleb Williams. Did he face adversity last year? Yes. Did he perform at a high level? Yes. You look at the numbers, he did. We'll see what he can do this year in his sophomore season. He said, one of my big takeaways is that I learned that God always has a plan for you, and whether you lose a rep, it was meant to happen. You learn something from it. I took an approach that way and started elevating my game from there. Again, 905 snaps in 2024, and of course helped anchor the line with Tristan Wirfs, who, by the way, Jason Light signs to an extension last year. This is what I'm talking about. This is the reason why, Bucs fans, you're not going to trade for a Micah Parsons, because you're going to have to pay him over $40 million, and it may take away from the opportunity of signing a Goedeke to an extension. Open phone line, 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. Christopher Cole says, evening, everyone. Evening to you.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting ready for TJ Rives here just a little bit. Look at them Bucs flags. Love it. Absolutely. Dave says, Sovita is hurt now. Foot injury, was out of practice. We'll monitor the situation. We'll see if he misses practice tomorrow. And Friday, of course, the final injury report. We'll get back. Mike D. Roche from Canada. Hey, Peter. Hey to you.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out to the phone lines. Let's go out to Trevor. Welcome to the Evolution. You're on with yours truly, along with Mr. Harry, the Greek professional handicapper extraordinaire, on a happy hump day edition, 4 days away from Bucs versus the Falcons. Go ahead, my friend.
How we doing tonight, folks?
I'm pumped up, man. I'm ready
to go. What's up, man? What's up?
I'm pumped too, man. I'm excited. Can't wait till Sunday. I'll be at the game and just ready to roll.
Okay.
But
well, what's your confidence level with this team right now? 1 to 10, and why do you feel that way? And who you looking forward to seeing on Sunday the most? Is it a returning player like an Antoine Winfield Jr., Kalijah Cansey, finally playing in week 1, or is it a new player in Emeka Egbuka and Jacob Parrish?
For me, it's our linebacking core.
Okay.
With Savassier, how you say his name?
Savassier Dennis. Yes.
Savassier Dennis.
Yeah. So he got injured pretty early in the season last year, and that was a tough void to fill for us last year. I mean, to being honest. And so I'm looking forward. I mean, I know obviously, we got Hassan Reddick and everybody's excited to see what he's going to do. And knock on wood, Kalijah Cansey's calf, for what we know, hasn't went straight to hell for the third straight.
You got to knock on wood when you say that. Yes.
Oh, I
absolutely.
did. Trust me.
Okay.
Before I even said it, I knocked on wood.
Okay.
But for me, it's the linebacking core, because I know, once we got pretty banged up in that position, I think what was it, after the Detroit game last year? That position had a lot to be desired after his injury.
Sure.
And so we're going against Atlanta, and my biggest concern, is Bijan Robinson. Like, that dude carved us up pretty good last year.
Yes, he did. Absolutely.
And he's a really, really good football player. He is.
He is. Oh, yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
Listen, you look at the yardage, right? Nearly 1,500 yards, 1,456 with 14 touchdowns. And look, that's the concern for me. Vita Vea, you want him healthy. Already he's hurt with a foot injury. Hopefully it's not serious, because, again, he anchors that defensive line to where you want to stop the running game. But going back to the linebacking core, Savassier Dennis changes the landscape, in my opinion, of this defense, and could be the X factor of this defense if, once again, he can stay healthy with Levante David, because they're
Peter, you and I discussed this on one of the previous shows in nauseam, because there was a caller that actually, I don't know if I remember if it was a caller or if it was someone that made an ignorant comment and said he was a liability for this team. And I was like, what are you talking about? When this guy's healthy, the guy's an immediate impact. Savassier Dennis can potentially be the difference maker for this defense. And I'll tell you what, I got him having a breakout season this year. He's going to be the difference. Everybody thinks it's a couple of other players. It's Savassier Dennis. He stays healthy, and buddy, let me tell you something. It's night-night Irene for opposing offensive lines.
Well, I definitely think it's night-night Irene from opposing offensive lines because he's got the athleticism not only in coverage, but also he can tackle well. He's going to be able to do something that a lot of the linebackers couldn't do, which is tackle consistently, go into those gaps, stop the running game. You're going to need to step up and stop this running game. Because
he's a little suspect in coverage, though, Peter.
But he's
little
fast
suspect. He's how do I put it to say it nicely?
Yes.
He's a little over aggressive on his coverage skills. All he's got to do is just trail from behind and make a tackle. Okay.
Yes.
He can give up, and he has the propensity of actually giving up a lot of deep plays, and that's not what you want. And that's the only thing I'm concerned with. I love his ability of stopping the run and getting after the quarterback. As far as his coverage skills, he still needs to learn a little bit more, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. You're going to have to learn this defense. You're going to have to stay healthy. I think he does know this defense. I know that, again, talking to Levante David was excited about him. So we'll see how it all plays out. But again, my concern is Vita Vea. Can he stay healthy? If he is healthy, he anchors that defensive line, which will help out against that run defense. If he's not, then I
gotta bring this comment up. I'm really sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
This is pretty funny. Wirfs would put Gruber in the airplane spin and throw him out of the stadium. Okay, let me be really clear. There's only one time that Wirfs ever threw anybody. Wait a minute. It was Wirfs that looked like an airplane spinning around when Khalil Mack grabbed him, put him to the ground. Are you crazy that you think he would throw Paul Gruber out of the stadium? Paul Gruber is arguably one of the best offensive linemen ever to suit up. Wow.
Well, I mean, again, Gruber and Jim would know because Jim watched Paul Gruber and now he's watching Tristan Wirfs.
Oh my God, Jim, man, Paul Gruber was an absolute beast. He had no help around him.
I have nothing bad to say about Paul Gruber, but I will say
unbelievable player.
He's at 11 as one of the greatest Buccaneers of all time, but already Tristan.
I have to do this. On who's better. I do. But to throw him out of the stadium? Come on, man. That's not even right.
I think they're very comparable, but I will say that I think Tristan is on his way to the Hall of Fame. Paul was unbelievable.
Paul was bigger, faster, and stronger. Paul Gruber was a beast, man.
He was a beast, but
hey, man, I love me some Tristan Wirfs.
Tristan could be on his way to the Hall of Fame. Yeah.
That Khalil Mack comment that you made.
Yeah.
No.
He's legit. He did toss him like a rag though. I will admit that.
He caught him off balance though. Let's be clear. He got him off balance, but man, that was a welcome to the NFL moment.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He was a young rookie. You know what I'm saying? So that's his pass on that one.
Yeah.
He was a rookie.
Yeah. Well, he was a rookie. What else? I mean, is any pass rusher? I mean, there's a couple of times last year he had the knee injury, and of course he's missing. Most likely he'll be back the third game. They're missing the first two games.
God, you better hope so.
He looked a little rough. Well, I mean, again, we'll see how it all transpires because Charlie Heck is on that left side. I think that's probably the biggest question mark for me. And the number, I think
scary, man.
It is scary. We'll see how it all plays out. They do have that.
Isn't he the son to Andy Heck?
He is. Yes, he is.
Well, here's the thing though about that.
Yeah.
Not bad, huh?
The only advantage we have with that situation is the fact that we knew about it so early, meaning that we can, game plan based off of his strengths and weaknesses. So, and we clearly know that he is no Tristan Wirfs. You know what I mean? Because Tristan Wirfs is like literally like probably the best tackle in the league, in my opinion. But what I say that because, again, the fact that we know, we knew from the beginning Wirfs is going to miss some time. That gives us at least an opportunity to game plan without him. You know what I mean? Figuring out what our backup is good at, what he's not good at, what works, what's not going to work. I'm pretty sure, those coaches were probably, studying that throughout, all of training camp. So hopefully, we are smart enough to run some things that are best suited for his skill set.
It's true. Know what I mean? You're absolutely right, and we'll see. If Heck struggles, I'm hoping.
What do they do there?
What's his the guy's name? It's Ben.
That's all you had to do. What's his name? Oh boy.
Chukwuemeka. Ben Chukwuemeka.
Listen. Here's what you need. You need jumbo package on first down. You need jumbo package on second down.
Right.
And on third down. If you have to rely on Chukwuemeka to play left tackle.
Chukwuemeka, and it's not I get knocked down and I get up again. Chumbawamba. It's
I get knocked down, but I get up again.
Right. That's a Mike Alstott song. Let me go full screen. That's the Mike Alstott song right there in '97 against the Lions. That's what they were playing.
I just want to play the airplane spin.
Chukwuemeka. Well, who had the airplane spin is a wrestling move, by the way. Local wrestler.
I don't know anything about wrestling spins
Mike Rotunda.
And I don't
know. Who was the father of Wyndham Rotunda, who was Bray Wyatt. So there you go. You learned something. All right. Trevor, yes, thank you very much for yawning. We are expecting
TJ Rives. I covered my mouth.
We're expecting TJ Rives here in just a little bit. Life happens. He's dealing with dinner. We'll have him on here. I promise you we'll get your Bucs question tonight.
At 10 o'clock at night?
Yeah, dinner. Well,
hey, TJ Rives should be on that top 50 Buccaneers list.
Right? As a Buccaneer greatest broadcasters? How about you do 50 Buccaneer greatest broadcasters of all time?
I don't think they've had 50, but I have to be honest, he's up there.
He's definitely up there.
I think they've had 5, and I think he's 4th.
Yeah. I'm glad that you're such an idiot.
And then we got to
wait till I tell TJ that what he's going to be like.
Arnie Nickerson.
We have you the 4th best broadcaster of all time in Buccaneer lore, and there was only 5.
Well, hey, I do have one thing that I want to talk about real quick.
Yes.
So the top 10 Buccaneers. One thing that I'm confused about, though, and I'll be honest with you, I've noticed that a lot of people had an issue with Sapp being ranked number 3.
Right.
I got to be honest with you guys. I don't understand why. I mean, I'll be honest with you. The reason I became a Bucs fan was because of Warren Sapp. So obviously I'm going to have some bias. But at the same time, it's not like this dude was not great. I mean, he was a first ballot Hall of Fame. He was a defensive player of the year. He got double-digit sacks as a defensive tackle in an era where, especially when he first entered the league, where it was more of a run-first team. And then, he was dominating. If you go back and look at the history, even in the NFC Central, he was a part of that defense that beat the 98 Vikings. What they go 15-1 that year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was courtesy of the 1998 Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That's right. Correct.
You know what I mean? The Vikings were a problem. And then you go back to the Green Bay Packers. Obviously, that was Brett Favre's. When they drafted Warren Sapp, Brett Favre was in his prime. You know what I mean? He was as good as ever during that era, and he was literally putting Brett Favre on his ass on a regular basis. You know what I mean? Oh, and by the way, there was this kid out in Detroit named Barry Sanders. I think he was pretty damn good too.
Yes, pretty good. Yeah,
you know what I'm
maybe
saying?
the best running back of all time, not named Walter Payton.
I mean?
Yes,
then we move out. Then we move out of the division, and there's this team they played in the NFC West. It was the greatest show on turf. Their nemesis was Warren Sapp.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, man, Warren Sapp was a nemesis for a lot of teams, and he's deserving. I don't personally like him as a man, but as a football player, one of the best that ever suited up as a defensive tackle, and he's definitely a top 5. And I'm not kidding you, he's definitely top 5 in my book as a Buccaneer.
Right, and and here's my thing: I take personal feelings out of it. Because, I've never met Warren Sapp, but from what I've heard, I heard he's not exactly the nicest.
I have.
That's straight up the suck right there.
I have nothing good to say about Warren Sapp. I got my own story on that, too. So
I've talked to multiple fans that have met Warren Sapp, and they said it wasn't too pleasant when they actually met him.
Yes.
No, it's not pleasant. That man is not a pleasant person. Now you got me down that rabbit hole.
He's
now you got me on that rabbit hole.
He's a great. He may be a great football player on the field, and definitely, he was the definition, if you will, of a 3-technique tackle. No doubt about it.
It was the perfect storm for when Warren Sapp came to this team.
Yes.
It really was the perfect storm. He had a great surrounding cast around him on the outsides, everything around linebackers, defensive ends, and then you had that defensive coordinator with that particular system. He was a perfect fit.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't have been that way for half the football teams in the National Football Leagues. He would have been a really good player. But under that scheme, oh my God, man, he revolutionized it. He absolutely revolutionized what he did for the D tackle position. And Aaron Donald, he was the next best thing. Did you hear me say next best thing to Warren Sapp? Because he needs to thank Warren Sapp for what he did back in the day to get him to where he was.
Yeah, that's it. You're exactly right.
That's how good Warren Sapp was as a football player. Not so much as a person, but as a football player, brother, let me tell you something, second to none.
Well, a lot of people would say he should be number one all-time Buccaneer over Derrick Brooks and over Leroy Selmon. But I think you look at the longevity of Derrick Brooks being with this team. He didn't go and be a free agent anywhere else. He didn't go to the Raiders, and then Selmon, what he meant early on in his Bucs career. So it's a great debate.
They got it right.
I do too. I do too. I think they got it right.
They got the top 4 right.
Sure, absolutely. Levante David at number 7, John Lynch at 6, Rondé Barber at number 5, Mike Evans at 4 could go up on this list, especially if he surpasses TJ Rives with.
Oh, if he does that, he's definitely going to surpass.
Could be the greatest, if not the greatest, offensive player in Bucs history. That's saying a lot. I mean, a lot of people had a problem with Tom Brady being high. We talked to TJ Rives. He have at number 6. They have him at number 8. And anybody go, well, he wasn't with the Bucs that long. But look what he did in his time, just the 3 years with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Amazing.
His culture is still there to this day.
Correct. And Bucs scouts still talk about what Tom would do, what Tom was thinking. Right. That is the Tom Brady impact and effect. So,
yeah, I mean, just think about it, like, if we just rewind time 10 years ago, like we were literally the laughing stock of the league.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like, we're going is this our 4th consecutive division title? We're going for a 4th or 5th.
You got what is it? I think it was it's the 5th in a row. Is it 4?
Won 4 in a row, and I think they're going for 5.
5. You're looking for 5. Right. Yes. Yeah.
10 years ago, we would have been going for the 5th consecutive year of going down to the basement.
Thank you. And Bucs fans like, oh, we just won the NFC South. We just won the division, and it's like, oh, like, what are you talking about?
You stink. Fire Todd Bowles, Eric. I mean, Eric. It's so sad. It's sad. I can't watch this because they lost a game or they lost a couple in a row or they're 4-7 and you have no faith. It's funny. It's hilarious.
It is. I mean, I get it, but man, if you talk like that or you feel like that or think like that,
what's up, Turbo?
It goes back to what TJ Rives said. Go away because you don't know what Bucs football was all about. You don't know the losing seasons. You must be a new fan because if you don't know about the losing seasons, go back to that era. After 2009 and on 2009 to 19, you want that? Go ahead, take that. Have some of that.
It was pretty miserable.
I remember
going to some of those games, and like
somebody saying Jameis Winston deserved to be on the top 50 list. No way. No playoff record. No playoff.
Sure, he was top 50, and I give him number 1 for interceptions.
I tell you this.
He was the best quarterback to throw
right there.
He was the best quarterback the Bucs have ever had when it came to throwing to the opposing teams.
Oh yeah,
couldn't get any better than Jameis, baby.
I still think he has a chance to get on the list, and here's how. Here's how he can do it.
What?
Here, just listen. Just hear me out.
No, I am. I just want you to repeat what you said.
I still think he can get on the list, but because here's what he needs to do. We need to play Jameis every year from the time he retires, and we need to pick him off at least 3 times each time we play him so we can get a couple of those interceptions that he threw when he played for us back.
Right.
He owes us at least he owes us at least 50. You know what I'm saying? He owes us. He owes us. You know, when we played, you remember that game where what was it, 2022? We beat the Saints in the dome.
Yes.
And he threw those picks at the end.
Yes.
He owed us. He knew. He was like, "Hey, I got to get these guys some picks." You know what I mean? Like,
get some
Lord
picks,
knows
some
I threw
turnovers.
so many when I played for him.
Some crab legs eating. There you go. Eat a W.
You know,
his greatest accomplishment. He scored huge at Publix. That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
And they were not snow crab either, buddy. They were the good stuff. It was king crab, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
And by the way, Lamar, his name is Turbo. I got 4 others. This is Turbo.
I see you, brother. I see you. All right, Trevor, anything else here on the evolution?
No, I'm looking forward to hearing what TJ Rives has to say. But, let's get this W, man.
All right. Sounds good, my friend. Love it. Love it. Absolutely. Love that. We'll see you on Sunday night or Sunday afternoon after the game and before the game. All right, my friend?
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to put it together right now, but TJ's supposed to be coming on here in just a little bit. We'll go out and read these comments. I heard also from Jason Powers, may get him on. We'll send him the link to
Jason Powers from Powers by Sports?
Powers on Sports podcast.
Powers on Sports. That's what.
Yes, we love that guy. He gives out some good picks himself. He's giving out picks.
I like Jason.
I like Jason too. Absolutely.
Picks.
We all like
giving out picks.
Jason's giving out picks. So maybe you guys compare notes at this point.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, definitely. So let me go ahead and send him a link. Let's go out to Alex. Alex, welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television here.
There goes the neighborhood.
On a happy hump day edition. We shut up and be quiet.
I just want to say, I just want to start off by saying God bless community. And I want to start off by saying, Harry the Greek, you're such a good dude, man. You know,
Thank you.
I hope you guys are having an amazing night.
Well, there you go. All right, good stuff. And then Rays are winning by
I appreciate it.
So, okay.
Listen, on the real, are you guys ready for some Buccaneer football in a few days?
Absolutely.
I don't know, man. Are you, Pete?
I'm definitely ready.
My better question is the guy sitting in the back room. Are you ready for some football, baby?
All right, Alex. Appreciate the call, my friend. All right.
See you later. I just wanted to come on and be annoying. That's my job. See you later.
You're not annoying. Yes, you are, but that's okay.
All right, so let's go on to the man himself of the Buccaneer Radio Network, the Mr. Media Icon, TJ Rives, right here. Welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television on a happy hump day.
Hump day!
As we are 4 days away.
I am not worthy.
From
Kids, it's good to be with you. My apologies, Peter, Greek, audience. Have you been promoting more than once or 5 times that I was going to be joining you tonight on the sports web? And
we kept going like this.
Yeah, we've pushed now into the 10 p.m. hour. Full apologies. We had a planned dinner with a group of us that was supposed to begin. You know how these things work, Greek. It was supposed to begin somewhere around 7 tonight. Of course, somebody's running late. So now it's 7:20. Now it's 7:30. So we didn't get started until like 7:40. Then the story started.
I almost had
flowing.
to close the kitchen down.
I understand. I'm surprised there's not mood lighting after 10 p.m. in the kitchen. So thank you. I had to scramble to get out of there, but I was not going to skip out on being here on the sports web for a few minutes prior to the opening game in Atlanta. The 50th season is about to commence. So I am here with you, my friend.
Well, absolutely.
I love it. TJ, we love it.
Yes, we absolutely do. We'll get some questions from Bucs fans out there. We'll open up the phone line as always, 727-255-0391 at 727-255-0391.
I have to confess, I have seen not a single second except just when you put me on right here of the show. I don't know how the discussion has been going. Is there a lot of optimism right now about this opening game? I mean, this is the time of optimism. I mean, Harry's going to tell you that the Bears are making the playoffs.
They are.
I think everybody, with the exception of the Saints fans, the Jaguar fans, and the Browns fans, who all know that it's over by October, I think everybody else believes this is their year. Besides those three, has there been a lot of optimism tonight on the sports web, Peter?
There is, you know, and you know what? I want to take lead on this one. I'm going to give you even a little bit of cautious.
Cautious optimism, you're saying?
Yes, I'd be cautiously optimistic.
Okay.
There's been a trend. A lot of people have heard me talk about it, TJ. It's called the 88% rule. And last year it was about 83, 84%. But the road team, when they're favored at game time at 2.5 points, 88% of the time, the home team not only covers, but they typically win. And this is where it gets scary. This line for the Buck game against Atlanta has been bouncing between 2 and 2.5 points.
Wait a minute. Let's come back on camera. Come again with me again. The 88% rule says
if the road team is a 2.5 point favorite, not 2 or 3, at game time, 88% of the time, the home team not only covers, but they win the game.
The theory behind this would be what from the Greek? Because I got an armchair theory. What's the theory?
It's statistics.
No, but why? Why are they covering at a clip of 8 out of 9, 18 out of 20, whatever else comes up to about 88?
I'm gonna tell you why. First off, the games are they're so close. If you're 2.5 point favorites, if you are home, I mean, they really don't know who to pick in that. And I don't understand why it is. Maybe the games are a lot closer than what people are going to anticipate. But, man, I'm telling you, it's almost a scary statistic.
Generally, the home team would be a 3-point favorite. It usually, or it's worth 3 points, not necessarily that they're a 3-point favorite. So if the home team is a 2.5 point underdog, not 3, not 2, they're having a hard time deciding, can the home team win the game? And you're saying they are wrong about that far more often than they got it right on the 2.5 number for the road team.
Correct. I'm going to give you some examples. You know what?
Like, how many times were the Buccaneers a 2.5 point favorite last year at home or 2.5 point underdog at home and then won the game? Or how many times were they a 2.5 point road favorite and lost the game?
It may be once, maybe twice, and they may be right. Yeah, but I just sit there because I have data that I keep inputting. I could go back and let you know. That's a great question, but it's a pretty unique rule, and it's really hard to bet against trends. But typically, a road favorite that's 2.5 points at game time, not 2 or 3. It's very, very that half a point. I don't know what it is. It's a pretty interesting stat, TJ, and it's kind of a scary stat.
All right, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm looking for an example last year of where, not 2, right, where the Buccaneers would have been a 2.5 point road favorite.
No, I'm not talking about the Buccaneers. I'm talking about
I'm just talking about in the Buck.
Right.
I'm talking about in the Buck example.
Okay.
Where would they have been a 2.5 point road favorite, or where would they have been at home where the road team was a 2.5 point favorite? I'm looking for an example. So week 1, the Bucs were a 3-point home favorite, won and covered.
Correct.
Against the New Orleans Saints at New Orleans, they were a 3.5 point favorite. That was the game right after Hurricane Milton. They won and covered easily. They played, what am I looking at? The Chargers. That was the game you were all over. And they were a 3-point underdog, not 2.5. I don't see a Buccaneer example last year. Yeah, Buccaneer example is the playoff game, to Harry's point, where the Buccaneers were getting 2.5 in that one, but the Commanders won the game. So that goes against your trend, right?
Correct. That goes against it. That's the 12%.
Commanders were a 2.5 point favorite for the playoff game.
Was that the playoffs?
Team. That was the road team.
Okay. No, this is regular. This is regular season.
So
only.
it did not apply to the Buccaneers as a 2.5 point home underdog or as a 2.5 point road favorite. But you're saying for this week, for this game, pay attention to that number.
Pay attention to that number. And 2 other games, believe it or not, TJ. How about this? Would you believe me if I told you San Francisco was only a 2.5 point favorite at Seattle?
Or so that applies. That applies. And it's the metric for stay on the Seahawks.
Stay on the Seahawks side. And get this. How about this? Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers are traveling to the Jets, and they're only a 2.5 point favorite. You see, that's in the gambling end of things. This is what we call possible trap games. It looks too good to be true. Oh my God, Aaron Rodgers is going up against this old team, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh my God, they're a shoo-in. Don't rush to the window that quick. That's one of my best games of the week, by the way. I love the Jets. Say hello, TJ. That's Bandit.
There's Bandit.
Bandit, how you feeling? We're all good here on this evening. All right.
He hears you.
Yeah, Bandit is just look at that, checking you out there over on that part. All right. So what avenue do you want to travel, Peter Blake? This is your world. I'm visiting for a few minutes. Where do you want to travel? Do you want a topic?
Let's talk about the 50th greatest Buccaneers, because we kind of gave that away about a month and a half ago. What was your initial impressions of that? Because, of course, Derek Brooks, number 1, Leroy Selmon, number 2, Warren Sapp, number 3, and Tom Brady high from a lot of Bucs fans because they thought it would be lower, but you gave it away. You said 6. He went to 8. So your initial impression.
I had Brady, by the way, I had Brady 4. I had Brady 4, and I had Rondé Barber 5.
Yes.
I did not have Warren Sapp in the top 5. Again, Sapp would be all over me. I had him, I believe, 8th or 9th. I got to go back and look at my list.
Correct.
I had Levante David. So I had Brooks 1, Selman 2, almost the same as everybody. Mike Evans 3. I went Brady 4. I went Rondé 5. I went Levante David 6. Hardy Nickerson 7. And I think Sapp 8.
There you
John
go.
Lynch right behind him at 9.
There you go.
There were my picks, and I mean you would both agree you're toiling over all-time players with Brooks and Selman and Mike Evans at the minimum. In what kind of order for the top 3 or the top 4? Maybe you stick Sapp in there, maybe you stick Rondé Barber in there, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But that's probably your top 4, right?
No, right, agree with that. And then we talked Gruber and Tristan Wirfs. Harry contends that Gruber should be higher than Tristan Wirfs. I say Tristan Wirfs as much as I love Gruber.
Based on longevity? Based on Gruber doing it longer?
2 things and
Look
2 reasons.
Listen to Harry now.
The offensive line that he played with was nowhere near the offensive line that Tristan Wirfs is playing with. And listen, I'm not taking anything away from Tristan Wirfs. He's a great player. But from a longevity standpoint and from, the type of teams that he had to play with, I didn't say he's better, but people are not giving Paul Gruber the benefit or the flowers that he deserves. I think he's probably.
I think I had Gruber top 15. I'm going to double check on my top.
He's one of the best players all time as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, and the team that he had to play with that offensive line, the guy was a beast.
I had him 12th. I had Wirfs though 10th. Because in the history,
that's close.
In the vast history of the NFL, which is now, what season are we about to enter? The 100 and what season of the NFL? The 106th season of the NFL. I got to count ahead. Hold on, I got to count ahead. This would actually be the 101st season, right, of the NFL, or 102nd season of the NFL.
No, it's a little more than that, because I was up in Chicago for the 100th season when they opened up on Thursday Night Football against the Green Bay Packers, which was great. They lost 3-0. But anyway, the reason why I remember that, I was with the wife and I was standing in front because they had this big display of all the oversized football helmets, and Tampa Bay was the very first one closest to Lakeshore Drive, right there at Buckingham Fountain. It was awesome, man, and I got a nice picture of it.
All right, that's a good thing. But my point is this. In the vast history of the National Football League, there has only been one player, 105 years.
Yes.
Vast history of the NFL, there has only been one player, uno, to be an all-pro at right tackle, followed by being an all-pro at left tackle, and that is one Tristan Wirfs. I'm talking about not just Buccaneers. I'm not just talking about in the last few years. I'm talking about ever. Now, granted, they probably didn't start the all-pro designation until like maybe the 80s. Maybe it was the 70s. So you're talking about the last 50 years of the NFL. That's pretty impressive. Only in the league for 5 seasons. So
TJ is the Carl Sagan of football.
I don't know about that, Jim. Carl Sagan. What am I supposed to start talking about? The Nova explosion that created all the planets and whatever from Carl Sagan. Peter has no idea who Carl Sagan is from PBS, where he would start going on and on about all the scientific stuff of the world. Why don't we pose it this way to the audience? I'll be here with you for a few minutes.
All right, well, stand by. Let me get somebody on here.
Before he gets on, can I pose something that'll kind of stoke things for everybody else?
Yes.
Is it not a given that most believe the Buccaneer season is as Baker Mayfield goes? If he's fair, if he's really good, if he's good or really good, they're going to go far. They're going to win a bunch of games, win the division, go to the playoff, right? That's a given. Harry, that's an easy given. Peter, that's an easy given, right?
Yes.
I'd have to say so.
So that's the given. All right, so forget that given. If the Buccaneers are going to succeed in 2025, besides Baker Mayfield having a good, if not tremendous year, what else has to happen, Sports Web audience? Give me one thing that has to happen that is the key ingredient, not unlike Harry the Greek in that kitchen every night. You got to have ingredients. You got to be able to mix them together, get them on the stove, put them in the oven, etc.
Love it.
What is the other ingredient? Give me one. Isolate another ingredient that's got to be there. A little topic Sports Web tonight.
Love it.
To the 2025.
I like that.
I will say this. Hassan Reddick, in my opinion, has to show out. He has to show who he's been.
Define show out. Double-digit sack season?
Double-digit sack season. He has to solidify that line, take the pressure off the other guys, and if they double team him, somebody has to step up. So my thing is Hassan Reddick, double-digit sacks, and on top of it, that defense has to improve from last year. They have to get off the field. They have to be that Todd Bowles defense.
I believe I said an ingredient. You're looking for like 2 or 3. I'm looking for one. So you came up with one on Hassan Reddick. Yes. We can go to the caller. I'm producing the show on the fly. Then we can go to the Greek. We'll kind of go around the room, but get the comments going.
All right.
Besides Baker Mayfield balling out and having a huge year, which is a given that will drive the team, give me another ingredient that has to be there if the Bucs are going to win big, win 11 or 12 games, win a playoff game, etc.
All right, we got.
And by the way, look who's here ready to pop in. Have I not been with you enough today already? That's code. That's code for Mr. Powers on Sports.
Yeah,
here with me.
Jason
Powers. I want to see 15 interceptions out of the defense. 15.
You would say 15 picks. What did they have last year? Peter, do you have that in front of you? What did they have for interceptions?
7 for the whole
year.
I need 15
if you get 15, they're going to go a long way, says Brother Powers. I should just say to the audience, Powers was at this dinner that I was just sharing about, and I don't know when you got in here. You got home quicker than I did. But as I was saying to Peter, I intended to be on a little earlier, but we got a late start. It was like 15 minutes late, 30 minutes late. We got a late start. We went round and round with dinner. We had a great time at dinner, but now here we are.
Story time. We had story time.
We had lots of stories. We'll save that for another time. So you say 15 interceptions. So get the commenters going.
Yes.
Get the callers going.
All right.
Greek, stand by. What do we got? You got a caller that's got something on this? You got a commenter that's got something on this?
I got no callers right now, but let's go out.
What's that phone number?
Yes, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. 7 is my optimism for this Atlanta game now with Vita being held out of practice.
What does 7 mean? 7 what? 7 wins?
No, 7. 1 to 10. We did a question tonight. 1 to 10. What is your confidence for this Bucs team versus Atlanta? 7. The defense has to be top 10. TJ says Dave right there. Jim, the OL has to stay healthy.
That's his key ingredient, the offensive line staying healthy. Harry, you backing that? Peter, you backing that?
I'm backing that, and I'm going to double down. Tristan Wirf has to be here after game 3. It's imperative.
All right,
absolutely imperative. But since you want Harry's key, you really want to know what it is?
You want it right now, or you want to keep going to the commenters? Go, Greek.
Rashad White has to run for over 800 yards this season.
Rashad
White, and has to have 500 yards receiving.
All right, I will say
you gotta wait. You gotta have 1,300 yards from scrimmage from Rashad White. Is he gonna get enough touches? I heard it in Powers' voice. Powers is doubting that he's gonna get enough touches. Powers.
He's gonna get the touches this year. Listen. He's going to be the surprise factor this year for this Buc team. They're going to realize that this guy is the real deal. Let me tell you something. They have a two-headed monster between Bucky and Rashad White. They just don't know it yet. Rashad White's going to be the deal.
Contract year for Rashad White. Powers is disagreeing. We're about to have some heat, Peter. You love the wrestling terms. We're going to have some heat. We're going to have some heat from Powers.
No heat. I just think he's not going to. I think Bucky's going to be the. I'm going to say 70-30 on the distribution of touches.
Well, please don't shoot me for saying this. He's not a 3-down back. That's all I'm going to say.
White probably a better pass catcher.
Yes.
White probably a better blocker.
I'll throw somebody in there.
1,300 yards from scrimmage is a lot to wonder and ask about Rachaad White for this. I hope he gets it. I'm right with you.
If he does that, that means the Buccaneers have done their job this year, and they are going to really show a force in the backfield. And I think they have it.
All right. Well, I still think Sean Tucker is going to be a part of this more than White. So I disagree with you. And I definitely think Bucky Irving is a 3-down back and is about to have a monster year. That's why I drafted him in fantasy.
Peter Power still wants to get in here.
Fellas, for you guys, I just looked at this again. Their first 7 weeks of the schedule is very difficult. They better find a way to be 4-3, 3-4 at the absolute worst.
Is Powers breaking news that the schedule's tough? We've known about this for weeks.
Powers is really tough.
I know. So, we've known about this for weeks.
No, I know.
Atlanta, you go really look at it again. You come home with the Jets that might be easier, but then again, they're going to be good defensively. Then you play the Eagles. Then you play at Seattle. Yep. And off the top of my head, what do you have week 6?
San Fran at home.
San Fran at home, followed by
go to Detroit.
Woo! He's not kidding.
You got to be 4-3 at worst at the end of this 7 games
to have a hope.
You can't be 2-5.
Who's your viewer that has the thing about injuries?
All right. Yes, let's go keep the injuries down, says Mike D. Roche right there from Canada.
He's a Canadian.
Yes, he is.
The Canucks onto something there with the health. Yes, there's Lamar. Is. Lamar's onto it. Defense.
Yep. Out of Oregon right there. Let's go out to Greg Cole. Evans falls in the top 5 Bucks. The middle of the field must be protected, must be good at stopping the run, must get turnovers. So the middle of the field, the linebackers.
Vita.
David. Yes.
Cansey up front.
Yes.
In the middle, David. Or Servassier Dennis. And
that's
then
the guy that I want to see step up.
Sure.
Servassier Dennis, a guy that can help Levante and can cover those running backs coming out of the backfield. That's where the Bucs have struggled the last several years, is covering that running back coming out of the backfield.
All right, let me paint a little quick picture.
He's going to have a breakout season this year.
Stay
healthy. They're all saying healthy. So paint this picture. A year ago, this team opens the season with the win over the Commanders, and that win looked better and better and better as the year went on because they beat them decisively and scored 39 points in the game. Week 2, go up to Detroit and beat the Lions and to a degree avenge the playoff defeat the previous year. Mm-hmm. And at that point, everybody's going gaga, especially when you beat the Eagles in week 4 to go to 3-1, that this was a Super Bowl contending team. Remember? Mm-hmm. Tom Brady ranked the team after the first month as like number 3 in the power rankings. The problem is by that point, you had had an injury to Servassier Dennis. You had had an injury eventually to Mike Evans with the hamstring in the middle of the year. Then eventually the awful Godwin injury, and the injuries began to mount up. So the viewers that are saying health is a huge ingredient because this was a different team by November 1st, by November 15th. And a lot of teams you can say that as well. But in the recipe, health, that would be a big deal.
Defense needs to get off the field on 3rd down. Good stuff there, Dave. If you want to call the phone lines and chime in, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391.
What is the ingredient besides Baker Mayfield, the given that he has to have a huge year? What's the other key?
Health across the board. Lamar says, honestly, I think they're going to get Tucker in there someplace working, and that's why I think it's going to take away from carries for Rachaad White already with the growing injury. We'll see. Yes. Go ahead, Jason.
I don't need to see it doesn't have to be a number, but I want to see front 4 pressure without having to blitz. We don't need to be the most blitzing team in the league because we can't get pressure. I know Bowles is a blitzer, but he won't be as much of a blitzer if the front 4 can at least pressure the quarterback without
they're going to blitz more when they get even pressure with the front 4 because that is Todd Bowles' scheme. Since he's been a coach in the National Football League, since he's been a D coordinator, he's top 5 every single season. And the more pressure he gets with this front 4, he is sending the linebackers out after him. And let me tell you something. That's when this team is clicking. There was only a couple of games, Jason, last year. There was only a couple of games last year, Jason, where I said, you need to back off the blitz a little bit.
Here's what I
mean. A big believer in the blitz. Yeah.
When I say blitz, I mean you can bring one extra guy, but when you have to bring that second guy, i.e. 6 rushers, then you get exposed on the back end.
I agree.
And we've seen that with the Buccaneers. If you can live and die with 5, great, but you don't want to have to rush that 6th guy to create the pressure.
You know,
and I agree with that. And I think the Bucs are going to be able to do more of that with Hassan Reddick. And again, Kalijah Cansey is finally healthy in week 1. Todd Bowles blitzed a lot because he doesn't have that 4-man front. I think he does have that 4-man front. I think you will see less blitzing. And then furthermore, with the acquisitions of getting Jacob Parrish and Benjamin Morrison to push those guys and Antoine Winfield's health, I think you're going to play more man coverage than you do blitz this year, Harry. I do.
Interesting.
Well, you play man coverage because you're blitzing. Peter.
Yes, you have to play man.
When you play man coverage, you are blitzing. You're sending them after the quarterback. All I'm saying is this: Todd Bowles lives and dies by the blitz. Yeah. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with it. I am a Todd Bowles supporter. He does not get enough credit for what he does with less talent and people that were bagging groceries last year coming in and playing defense. He led and he was top 5, top 10 in multiple categories, even with his defense the past couple of years. He's finally got a defense
so
and he can line up and just go after the quarterback.
So we've established ingredient number 1, like the Greek cooking a great meal, is Baker Mayfield's got a ball out. I think we've established number 2 ingredient is health. So what's the third one? Because I keep waiting. When is somebody bringing up this number right here? And whether this guy right here has a huge year? Because if 1-3 has a huge year, everything else will fall into place. If number 13, Mike Evans.
Well, that's correct. The offense is 1,000 yards. He certainly seems like he could get 1,000 yards, has done that. And I think he can surpass Jerry Rice. And listen, what you know here is watching this Bucs team throughout the years, when this offense is going, it's going through Mike Evans. And I think it's going to be a key ingredient to what Josh Grizzard does with this offense in his first year. Will he get Mike Evans involved in this offense consistently and figure out a way, if they are double teaming on him, how to get him the ball regardless of that?
They are here, and to TJ's point, Mike's going to get the coverage. Can Emeka Egbuka in the regular season win one-on-one? Because that's where the matchup's going to be early, because Mike's going to get a lot of the coverage without receiver number 2, Godwin, and number 3, McMillan. Egbuka, if Egbuka can win on the other side, that's going to be key.
Great point.
To allowing Mike to eat, because they're going to roll the coverage to Mike Evans till Emeka Egbuka proves he can win on the other side.
Fantastic point. And that's when White and Bucky Irvin come out of the backfield.
Correct.
A lot of people are forgetting this, but here's my biggest concern, and you are absolutely correct, Jason. They are going to roll a lot of coverage, and they're really going to try to frustrate Mike Evans, and that is going to leave Egbuka man coverage. The guy is a very solid route runner.
Yes.
Here is my concern. The first 3 games, you have no Tristan Wirfs. You have arguably the best left tackle not in the game. If you want to run the football, you're going to have a lot of success. But if they're going to rely on the passing game, I'm sorry, I respectfully disagree.
I agree.
That means this team's going to be playing from behind. But if they can control that clock and play defense and run that football, those wide receivers are going to definitely catch the football.
To your point, you're going to see a tight end over there. You're going to see back over on the left side of the formation helping Charlie Heck the whole bit. What is Dave saying here with McMillan hurt? The wide receiver core has got to step up.
Yeah, as well. Godwin isn't going to be the same player, so I'm not counting on him this year. Egbuka, Shepard are really going to have to make plays. I'm not ready to say Godwin.
Watch the name Ryan Miller. That's going to have to give them a contribution. Tez Johnson some a little bit. From a tight end standpoint, because K. Dotton is ailing a little bit, and the Buccaneers are now saying groin injury.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Remember, Peter, we talked about this, that they did not have to be specific about injuries until the Wednesday of the Atlanta game.
Yep.
So K. Dotton is on the injured list with groin. That's not good.
Nope.
Let's see. Not able to practice today. Keep an eye on the name Devin Culp.
Yes.
Devin Culp as another option right now if they're doubling Evans, if they're trying to take away Egbuka. Devin Culp as the second tight end along with Payne Durham may be ready, along with whoever the other receiver is, Shepard, Miller, somebody like that, until Godwin can come along, if and when Godwin can come along. I thought it was very encouraging that Jason Light on the record was saying, we think Chris Godwin may be able to play in the first 4 or 5 games of the season. That would be a bonus if it does happen somewhere in that time frame, because most are believing it would be later. Stay tuned.
How with that ankle, man? That's
because
pretty hard.
He's a guy that you don't rule out.
I
mean, yeah, he's a guy you never rule out, and people try to rule him out and say, well, he's not going to be the same guy. I'm just not ready to go there with that kid because that guy wants to play for this Tampa Bay Buccaneer team, of course, signing that extension. And let's face it, before that injury last year, he was the top receiver on this team and was looking like comeback player of the year. With that major injury before the major injury.
Similar to your comment, TJ, about Mike Evans, I think the same thing on the defensive line. You're going to see pass protection get rolled to Hassan Reddick. Can Diaby and a guy like Chris Braswell win on the other side? And can Cansey win in the middle, because we know Vea is going to get more of the double teams than Cansey will. If Cansey and the opposite end, if they can win, then your sack totals and your pressure totals will go way up.
I think we're all concerned about the health injury. Health injuries always a part of the game. Of course, Vita Vea missing practice today with a foot injury, so we'll have to monitor that situation because it changes focus. Yeah, we'll see.
He's gonna play. This is precautionary. They have to list it, Peter. Vita Vea is going to be. Trust me, if it's not in a cast, he's playing. That guy is a beast.
DJ, give the audience a little sense of what it's like in the Mercedes-Benz Dome
Please.
road division game. You know, that building is pretty loud when they're amped up. Give us a little perspective of the atmosphere in that building.
And this is going to be bananas because obviously there's so much optimism. They get the game at home in the opener. Can I just put this out there?
Yes.
Again, I know they opened last year with the Commanders, but this is literally like the fourth time in the last 6 years that the Bucs have opened on the road, and they've won the division 4 straight years, but that's okay. But then the first 2 were on the road. That's a little strange. But anyway, they'll be amped up. I'm fascinated because they didn't play Michael Penix, obviously, in the 2 games last year. He hadn't taken over yet as the quarterback, and Penix didn't take a single snap in the preseason, and Kirk Cousins didn't take a single snap in the preseason. So the QB1 and the QB2 had bubble wrap around them the entire time. But yeah, it's going to be bananas in there for the beginning of the game. And let's see how the Buccaneers handle that with the run game. To Harry's point, trying to take the crowd out of the game by getting first downs, move the chains, calm the crowd down, hit them maybe with an early big play that calms the crowd down. I will be interested in this environment because we've seen this more and more where the Buccaneers were wanting to take the ball right away, even on the road. Is that what they still want to do here with Josh Grizzard? Do they want to roll out week 1, and if they win the toss, take the ball and go right at the loud crowd and go right at this? So stay tuned. Obviously, the Falcons won the 2 games dramatically last year in both of them, including that Thursday night game that's still a horror show where they had it won a couple of times, shoulda, coulda, woulda, only to have Cousins burn them with a tying touchdown and then the winning overtime touchdown when they were dead on their feet after they won the toss. So stay tuned. Stay tuned on how loud that environment will be. Again, tough on Charlie Heck as the left tackle to be able to hear, to get him some help on the end of the line of scrimmage. Got to go with the silent counts, the hand signals, and the silent communication and that kind of thing. That'll be a challenge for him at left tackle. It'll be a challenge for some of the younger players like Ibuka and others on handling that loud environment, for sure.
All right, what's TJ's take on not playing Baker in the preseason? And we'll get out to you, Harry. Go ahead.
He only played sparingly. What did we establish last time I was on? He played the first drive and threw 3 passes against the Dolphins in the first preseason game, and not at all.
Yes.
And yet lit it up in week 1 against the Commanders last year. Yep. So I will defer to the powers that be, to Todd Bowles, to Grizzard, if they saw enough in the organized practice with the Titans and enough in the organized practice with the Steelers to say we don't have to risk it. I will roll with them on. I don't think it's going to bother him very much, if at all, in game 1 here. Stay tuned.
All right, there you go. And that'll be a point of emphasis, I think, again, with new offensive coordinator Josh Grizzard. Will this offense be better than it was last year with Liam Cohen? Of course,
they don't need to be better. They don't need to be better.
They just need to play defense like they're capable of playing and just be the same offensively. I think this team will be just fine. They can make a very deep run.
I think they could be a better team. Honestly, I do. I think they could. With Bucky Irving there, your number 1 back, again, adding a Mecca Ibuka.
You've added one player.
Well,
Mecca Ibuka.
That's a big I think he can make the same impact that Mike Evans did in his rookie year. I do. I think he has that opportunity to do that. So
I just and the point that I was going to try to make, and this is where Tampa can have some problems in this game. I think they're going to leave Heck on an island to see what he can do to start it out. Because at that point, if he's holding his own, the offense is wide open. But if they have to roll protections to his side and keep a tight end in, that does change the dynamic a lot. Yep. If the defense is playing well, that means they're going to be running the football. Stay tuned because it's going to definitely be exciting. And TJ, I want a selfie. Text it to me of you on the field, okay, like this.
All right, so we're going to go out to the phone line.
Selfie pregame, during the game. What is the request?
It's got to be during the game, please.
All right.
Typically, that's later. Go ahead, Peter.
All right, stand by. We got a phone caller here. Ian from Mississippi. You're on with TJ Rives, the media icon, along with Jason Powers on Sports Podcast, and, of course, Harry the Greek. Go ahead. What's your question for TJ?
Peter, no, I called just because I heard the Greek say that all we added was Zabuka.
Okay.
No, we added a book on the offensive side of the ball.
Are you saying he's the only significant add?
In my opinion, yes.
Okay, all right.
I think Jacob Parrish, Benjamin Morrison, these guys are going to come on later in the year. And then what about Hassan Reddick?
Well, Parrish is
talking about offensively. I'm sorry, I didn't clarify that.
No,
but
that's okay. That's all right. Parrish is going to play defensively. It's going to be interesting to see how Todd Bowles uses him. Is it going to be on the outside or is it going to be in the nickel? But you definitely think that's going to happen. I think Morrison, if he's able to play, which I don't think he'll play in this game, but eventually he will, he'll be an impact. And Ibuka on the offensive side of the ball. You're exactly right, Harry. They only added one piece there, but I think it's a big piece in Ibuka, and I think it makes.
What's the caller? Caller's Ian. What's the caller?
Ian. Yes, Ian.
All
go
right,
ahead.
Ian. If it's a given that Baker Mayfield balls out, the Bucs do well. If the second factor is health, that I think we've reached a consensus. There's a political world. We've reached a consensus that health is the second biggest factor. What's the third biggest factor for the Buccaneers having like an 11 or 12 win season and going deep in the playoffs? What's the third factor from Mississippi? What do you say?
The third biggest factor is the defense.
What? Okay. What on the defense?
Well, what on the defense?
Servassier Dennis, the secondary.
Okay.
Servassier Dennis in the secondary, where we're unsure right now.
Okay.
But I have confidence in them from what I've seen in training camp.
All right.
We've heard this quite a bit, actually.
Well, I think it's a big time factor for a lot of Bucs fans.
Didn't Dennis unfortunately get hurt in the first game last year where he tore the shoulder up against the Commanders? So it never got off the ground what they wanted to do because of his speed covering sideline to sideline.
I think he got hurt. I think he got hurt in the Lions game or
maybe the Lions game.
Yeah, because you could see the impact of what he can do in the middle of that field. And of course, that was the Achilles heel of that Bucs defense last year. In the middle of the field, it was wide open like the Atlantic Ocean. All right, Ian, thanks a lot for the call, man. We appreciate you. All right.
See you guys.
All right, Alex.
Real quick, let me give you a player that nobody's talking about.
Hit me.
That could be one of the most improved areas on this football team this year.
Hit me.
Riley Dixon, field position.
You're always big on punting and flipping the field.
Struggled mightily last year.
The Buccaneers were like a dealer at the blackjack table, unfortunately, with the punters last year, Harry. You like my analogy? I mean, there were punters flying like cards out at the Hard Rock when Harry's at the tables.
Oh, my God.
It was not good. And Powers, you believe this guy can be the real deal Holyfield here? That Dixon can be that good?
Again, consistent producer. Again, is he going to lead the league in punting? We don't know. But can he kick the ball consistently? And can he flip field position? I watched him. You and I were at the Tennessee Titans training camp practice at one Buck place, and he was launching Scud missiles when they did the punting segment. And he has been a very good punter. He's got history with McGahee from the Giants, his days with the Giants. He is going to be somebody that if you can improve 6-7 yards in the net punting, whether it's distance, whether it's less returns, I think that 6-7 yards, which equals a first down, basically, is going to help that defense.
All right.
I'll throw this out there. Well, if we're doing special teams, because I got a card here. I got an ace. How about Tez Johnson with the athleticism, with the electricity there? I think the Bucs finally got somebody on special teams that can return a punt, return a kick. They got the juice, as the great John Gruden would say. Let's go out to the phone lines here. Alex, you're on with the media icon, Mr. TJ Rives, Harry the Greek, and of course, Jason Powers on Sports Podcast. What's your question?
I want to answer TJ's last question to that last caller.
Okay, go for it.
His last question to that last caller is, what would make the Bucs an 11 or 12 win season? TJ, would you mind if I answer that?
Go for it.
Give it to me.
2 words, and it's the only problem I think the Bucs have, and that's pass defense. You saw in the Commanders game where we were giving up 3rd and 10s, 4th and 10s, Jamel Dean getting burnt, multiple guys getting burnt. The Bucs rated 28th last year in pass defense. The run defense was top 10.
Yep.
Yes.
So the Bucs got to clean up that pass defense, because we're going to be able to see a healthy Benjamin Morrison come out hopefully pretty soon. But I'm telling you guys, Jamel Dean's got to step up this year. Hopefully a healthy Antoine Winfield Jr. will come out. But guys, that 28th pass defense was terrible last year. So to answer your question, TJ Rives, you clean up that pass defense.
Pass defense, the man says.
Alex, thanks a lot for the call. Appreciate it.
Good job, Alex.
Yes, we're open phone line 727-255-0391. Yes, go ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Give the phone number again.
Yeah,
I don't hear the person.
727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391.
So you brought up Tez Johnson, and our man Baker Mayfield, who's always got the zingers and the one-liners, like he was congratulating Luke Goedeke on getting the contract earlier today, and then simultaneously backhand slapping him that he may be the cheapest guy on the team after the contract extension. I'm looking for the comment about Tez Johnson because I think I saw the quote, and I'm looking where they were talking about we look forward to Tez making plays for us, but then he also said Tez has got to learn after that initial move to get down. He said something like, "You're not very big, bro. Get down." After the first or second move, somebody's going to take your head off if you're not in the open field on that. So you got to like the honesty, but I mean, Tez could be an X factor, obviously, for this team out of the slot or on returns, punt return, etc. Because his start-stop, I mean, my Lord, I never had a start-stop. I had like a stop-stop when I was out there trying to play and trying to run. But his stop-start is amazing, and let's see if they can put it to some use with the rookie out of Oregon. Tez Johnson.
Good stuff. All right, so I know you got to run here. TJ Rives, the media icon. Go ahead and promote yourself. What are you doing this weekend? Of course,
nothing important. Nothing big going on.
No, not at all.
We got the opener, kids. Buccaneers and Atlanta Falcons from the ATL. Huge moment for the Buccaneers to set the tone on the season with a road win against a division opponent. Hostile place. No, the season is not over if you don't win this opening game. In fact, I submit for your approval. Greek, you know this, right? The 2 Buccaneers Super Bowl winning seasons both began with losses to the New Orleans Saints, by the way. Brady lost the opening game in the Superdome. Powers, we were talking about that at dinner tonight, were we not? That Brady lost the opening game in the Superdome.
Yep.
And then John Gruden's first game ever as the Buccaneer head coach, 2002, is also a loss to the Saints. So if this does not go as planned,
if
this is Tom Tupa, hello, in the end zone. If this is not what we think it's going to be in Atlanta, it's not the end of the year. You got 16 more of them, but still, you want to get off to a good start. You want to get the win in Atlanta. What's going to happen against Tampa's Michael Penix at quarterback for the Falcons? This is going to be exciting. We'll be on the air at noon on the Buccaneer Radio Network. 98 Rock is the flagship of the Tampa Bay area. Ian's watching in Mississippi. We got the Canuck in Canada. And who else watching from Pluto or wherever else they're watching? Find it on a Buccaneer Network affiliate. Find it on the Buccaneers mobile app. Find it on SiriusXM, on NFL Plus, wherever. We'll be on the air at 1 Eastern time with the game. I'll add some to Mean Gene Deckerhoff and Dave Moore calling the game, and then we'll do the post-game, hopefully a happy post-game show after it's done from Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and look forward to the Buccaneers being 1-0 on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Hey, off the record, TJ, before you
off the
leave.
record. Right,
off the record, please. You got to put this is Vault Talk. When I'm watching a Buck game, you can even ask Peter, the radio goes on and the volume goes off on the TV.
All right. We
I'm
love
not
that.
kidding. No,
We love that with
it's the way that it's the best.
I know
in the business.
Gene about to make his appearance in his 37th Buccaneer season of the 50 years. 37 years.
Is he going after the record? What's his name from the LA Dodgers? What was his name?
Vince Scully.
Yeah. You know what? When I wanted to go to sleep and I couldn't sleep, where's the Dodger game?
Give me Vin. Give me Vin Scully.
He was the most. His voice was so cathartic, you know. And I mean, it could be a home run, and he hits a line drive out. And no, seriously,
there you go. Yes,
I love listening to you guys on the radio and then watching it on TV. And you generally have to pause the TV to
catch up with the radio, right?
Synchronize it. And buddy, there's nothing like it because nothing personal. I really don't like the regular announcers on TV.
All right, there you go.
All right.
All good. Peter Blake, great to be with you. Sports Web audience, webheads, great to be with you. Greek.
Yes.
We'll get together again soon.
We've got to do this.
Powers, we are approaching the midnight hour. Please don't take offense to this, but I'm not talking to you anymore today. I'll talk to you maybe tomorrow, but I'm done talking to you today.
Tell Dave Zimroff we said hello.
Coded message there. Powers and I have done a handicapping show already today called Three Dog Thursday. Okay. It'll be out tomorrow morning. Watch for Three Dog Thursday out tomorrow morning. Powers and I have been out at the same dinner tonight with a group of guys. And now Powers and I have been on the Sports Web tonight. I'm done with you, babe. I got to go hit the sack. I got to go do something else.
The four of us have to go to Greektown. On me, we'll go to a nice restaurant.
Get some baklava. Get some baklava working.
We can go to the Halas restaurant. You can eat the good food. And when we're done and we feel like fat pigs, we go right next door. And we can pick any pastry we like. We're just going to have to tame Peter down. He's going to be like, I like that one and this one and that one and that one and that one.
98 Rock, Jim, is your radio station, 97.9 FM in the Tampa Bay area. There are numerous Buccaneer radio affiliates all over the state, so check the radio dial and the apps and etc. If you're in the car, dial around.
Sirius
on the
XM,
FM.
baby.
Sirius XM has it, and NFL Plus also has the radio broadcast.
Yep.
Sirius XM and NFL Plus are subscription-based. So many people out of the market go, how do I hear the games? Sirius XM and NFL Plus have the calls of the games. So thank you for all the plugs. Thank you for all
special I know you guys are going to be doing stuff during the year, probably home game wise. Do we have any kind of montage that's being rolled out for the 50th anniversary? Anything we're going to see on the radio side?
I think there could be some interesting radio calls of Gene Deckerhoff screaming about Joe Juravicius. You go, Joe. Or Brady to Gronkowski. Holy Gronkamole, as he said a couple of times in that Super Bowl. Holy Gronkamole is right.
When Matt Bryant kicks the 63-yarder.
Oh, my God. Matt Bryant, you're my hero. Gene's call. Matt Bryant, you are my hero. Was that call?
Yes.
Yeah, there have been some epic. Rondé's interception return at the vet, where Rondé takes off and Gene is screaming, Rondé Barber. Yeah, it's been a wild time over the last 50 years. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun with
Michael Spurlock, first ever kickoff return.
Michael, run.
Be safe.
Incredible
TJ.
that night. All right, kids, we're off to Atlanta.
Be safe.
There you go. Fire those cannons.
We'll see you later. I'll be with you next week. It's a date. Hopefully it's an earlier date. You guys have a great night.
All right, there you go. The media icon, Mr. TJ Rives, the Buccaneer Radio Network here on the Evolution. Jason Powers, go ahead and promote yourself.
Powers on Sports Podcast. If you're a state of Florida football, college football fan, we have the Florida Football Insiders Podcast. We talk all things college football, state of Florida. I'm on with TJ on his 3 Dog Thursday this week, so check out that video tomorrow. Just search 3 Dog Thursday. And me and Harry the Greek, I need to hit a full house with Harry the Greek in attendance and a high hand or something. Actually, I hit a high hand the other night, Harry the Greek. Quad fours, baby.
Are you ready? My buddy, Tony, Champagne Tony. You'll know who he is if you're seeing him. I put him up. It was like 6 months ago. I've never seen this before, and this is not a fairy tale. He had 4 high hands in 3 hours.
Oh, my God.
I just want you to think about that. How?
That is
There's
incredible.
there's people that play for years, don't get one. The guy had 4 of them in 3 hours.
I did have a moment like that earlier in the year. I hit my mother was. I'll tell you guys a story. Easter Sunday this year, I'm gonna go have dinner with my mother. Family dinner Easter. My mother's not feeling well that morning, so we end up canceling dinner. So I got some time on my hands. I go and play a little poker. Hit 2 high hands in 2 hours. Harry the Greek.
Where at the Downs or
twice?
Were you at the Downs or at Wynn Derby?
I was at the Hard Rock.
At the Hard Rock. My wife just shouted across the room. She says, "You better come by and say hello to her over at the Downs."
Okay, I will do that. What does she do at the Downs?
My wife's the director of 2 departments, mutuals and the money room.
All right, awesome. I will do that next time I head out there. Yes.
All right, Jason Powers.
Twice, Easter Sunday, baby.
Jason, what's this about you handicapping? What you gambling?
5-1 last week, brother. I do a radio show 2 days a week. It's called the Press Box Radio Show, 8 to 10 in the morning. PressBoxRadio.com. Live and on demand. We're on in about 20 affiliates in the Southeast. Atlanta area, Georgia, Mississippi, South Carolina, a little bit of Florida. Last week, 5-1, Harry the Greek. 5-1, brother.
You're coming for the title, aren't you?
Called LSU outright, Miami outright, had Florida State in the points, and I'll have 6 more picks tomorrow every Thursday.
I had 2 of your games. I absolutely loved LSU.
Yep.
And Miami I really liked. And I liked Ohio State at home against Texas.
I had the under in the USF Boise game, under 62.
I only gave out 3 games. We were 3-0 because it's the
first
first week. And I'm not really as much a prognosticator with college football. It's really, really too much work for me because the hours that I put in just handicapping pro football and watching tape, it's so exhausting.
6 a week, Peter Blake. By the way, Peter,
yes.
When are you okay? I know you're saving up your appetite for the Buccaneer press box. I get that. When we had a little dinner last week together, had a little fun, good time watching a little ball last weekend. Let's do it again, man.
Let's do it again. Let's absolutely do it again, and hopefully, our USF Bulls go up to Gainesville and tune in here to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television live. Hopefully, on the field from the Swamp at the end of the game with the USF victory or loss. We'll be live here taking your phone calls, Bulls fans.
Don't be getting hung up with them girls on Sorority Row now. There's some talent up there in Gainesville, I'm sure. Sorority Row, be careful.
They're pretty in Gainesville than they are in Tallahassee, baby.
I'm ready to say that, my friend, but they are pretty. They are. They are.
Be careful. Be careful.
Yes.
Don't be pulling a Jordan Hudson on us now, okay?
Oh, no,
Jason,
definitely not.
You have a great one, brother. It's
Y'all
really nice talking with you, man. It's been a while since I've had you around when we've been on. You take care of yourself, brother.
You got it, boys. Have a good night.
He's going to be a staple here on Wednesday nights. We're gonna switch our lineup around a little bit. We're gonna have TJ on. I'm gonna try to have him on every Wednesday night. We're gonna have Jason Powers on, JC Allen, and some other.
I love Jason Powers on here, man. I do too. It's a lot of fun. He brings a lot of insight, and we might have to have a little competition because the Greek likes to gamble a little bit. Wait a minute, I see someone a little laughing up in there.
Let's do it, baby. I like to put some shekels down. Let's go.
You want to put shekels down? Let's have a blast. Exchange. Get my digits from Mr. Peter over here, and I'll explain to you how we can do that.
All right, buddy. Be good. Y'all be good.
All right, good stuff there. Let's go out to the phone lines here. Yes, he is. Let's go out to Ian from Mississippi. Thanks for being patient here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. 4 days away from Bucs versus the Falcons. Go ahead, my friend.
Hey, fellas. I just heard the conversation, and I was wondering, does Derby Lane still exist?
Well, it's not called Derby Lane anymore. It's a great question. It's called Wynn Derby. The actual structure is still there. They've done a lot of upgrades. They've painted it some really weird colors. That's the only thing I don't like about it from the outside of the building. This past weekend, they probably averaged attendance of about 7,000 people because they had food trucks. They had an Asian event that was going on out there. And it was a really unique marketing idea because they brought everybody from the parking lot and they all had to walk through the poker room. And then they filtered out into the infield and into the back of the parking lot where they had all the trucks and all the food trucks. It was a really good turnout. As far as gambling there, they have a really nice poker room. They have some table games, and you can still support and bet simulcast. There's still 2 dog tracks in West Virginia.
No, it's really cool. I love that poker room. I haven't been in. I'm from Pinellas County, but I haven't been in like 6 years.
Right.
And I've been up north, and then I moved down here because it was affordable. But
you know who's got a really good poker room down here now? Believe it or not, it's TGT, Tampa Greyhound Track. My God, that poker room is banging over there. It's a really nice
I used to love room. Tampa Bay Downs too. Tampa Bay Downs on Old Tomorrow Road was wonderful.
The Silks is nice, but no one ever talks about the dog track in Tampa right there, Burden 275. Extraordinary poker room, and they run some huge events over there.
Okay, and I have a question for Peter as well. Peter, are you going to do a lot of lightning coverage on your show?
We're going to try. We're going to definitely try to do more lightning coverage. Hopefully the team gives us more access. But yeah, we're going to get more lightning guests on here and definitely cover the Tampa Bay Lightning. Absolutely. Yes, we will be doing that.
Yeah, I'm excited for the lightning. You know, hockey and football are my number two. I mean, 1 and 2 for me. And coming from Clearwater, it's amazing what the Bay Area has done for hockey in Florida. Tampa.
Absolutely.
And I heard someone say Tom Tupa earlier, and it made me immediately think of Darren Pupa. That's all I got for you, Peter. Though.
Ian, appreciate the call, man. We'll give you the Ric
Thanks,
Flair.
Ian.
Woo! Good stuff there. Yes, go Bucs. Absolutely, you said go Bucs, so we'll go Bucs. Hold on, go Bucs.
Wait up, little boy. Stop. Wait up.
Go Bucs. Go Bucs.
How about them Bucks, baby?
Go Bucs. All right, let's go out to Eric Moreno. You're on the Evolution, 4 days away from Bucs versus the Falcons. Go.
Bring the passion. Bring the excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. What's going on, guys?
Boom. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's how you come strong to the mic. Eric, what's on your mind tonight, my friend?
First of all, I just wanted to give I just wanted to thank Peter for been a tough year, but Bucs are going to do some crazy things this year. And we're going to win the division, and then hopefully win a couple playoff games, and then sit in the Super Bowl. And
what's your confidence level 1 to 10 with this Tampa Bay Buccaneer team getting a win versus the Atlanta Falcons, and why?
I would say 8. I think the defense is going to be much improved.
Okay.
Add in Reddick. Hopefully he can bring Yaya some. I think him and Yaya will be a good duo.
Okay.
And I think they will both get. I think Yaya's about 8 sacks, maybe 10.
Mm-hmm.
Reddick, I think we'll get about 9 or 10, and then maybe get another extension because between him and Diaby, you don't really have much. You have Nelson and maybe draft another edge rusher.
Yeah.
You got Cansey who can this is pretty. I think he had a full season. I think he can have 12, 13 sacks. Having Reddick will free up Cansey and hopefully Vita can go Sunday. I guess he was practicing Monday. Any concern there?
So definitely some concern with Vita Vea and a new foot injury. So again, we'll keep you monitored on that situation. We'll see what his
He's gonna be fine, brother.
All right. Had not had injuries, were huge last year. They added great depth. Agree. One more question, Eric, and then we're gonna wrap it up here. We're gonna wrap it up for the night. Yes, I know, Harry, because we got to wrap up.
Because I love this, baby. You don't understand. It is football season.
Yes.
You know what? To the 60 people out there that are watching and to the thousands that are going to be watching, you can catch us on Wednesdays, and it's going to be Mondays. It's going to be the wrap-up show. It's going to be phenomenal this year. We might even have a pregame show. Well, definitely a pregame show.
We definitely have a pregame show on Sunday. Let me ask you this. What's the main ingredient, do you think, for this Bucs team? Offense, defense? Is it a play? What is it that makes this team, and I'll go off of TJ Rives, an 11 or 12 or 13 win team, a Super Bowl team, in your opinion? What's the main?
One thing. Only one thing, Eric.
One thing that makes this team.
Is it a player?
Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield. Okay, so Baker Mayfield has to do what? He has to cut down on turnovers. What does he got to do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a good one. Okay.
Just cut down on turnovers. You said it best.
All right, man. All right. Appreciate the
Only
call.
one.
We got you covered. It's football year. I will say this.
Go Rays, go Bucs.
Go Rays, go Bucs. It looks like they won their game tonight. We'll check the
9-4.
9-4. So 2.5 out now. The final wild
Yeah.
card.
And the Royals and the Royals lost too.
Boom.
And the Rangers.
They're in it, my friend. They're not done. You're gonna owe me a steak dinner or some money here.
Peter, stop, please. Stop.
16-7 get in, Peter.
Listen, I'm not. They're 70-69 right now. We'll
That's
see how it
86
plays.
wins.
Maybe that's what it takes. You just got to get in, and we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Maybe. All right, my friend. Appreciate it.
Good night, guys. Go Bucs.
Yeah, go
Good
Bucs.
night, man. Go Bucs.
He says, "Go Bucs."
Wait up, little boy. Wait up.
Go Bucs.
It's exciting.
Go Bucs.
How about them Bucks, baby?
Go Bucs. All right. I think we read all the comments of the night here. Johnson on special teams will do great returns. David says not bad injuries. Mike DeRoche's, excuse me. I have a question for TJ. Ran a trick play, fake punt receiver, pass to another player. Have to ask him that next time.
That's a good question.
It is. Has defense secondary number 3.
Hey, hang on. Hey, Mike, do me a favor. I know you're still watching. Appreciate it. You're a real loyal a watcher and a webhead out there. The next time he's out there, try to figure out a way to call. I don't know how. I mean, try to figure out a way to give us a call. We'll take your call. That would be great. Because I really know you like TJ Rives, and we love having you on, buddy.
We do like having you on, and keep on fighting the good fight there, my friend. Just keep on doing it. Let's see. Mike Evans told you all multiple times, different interviews, whether it being a locker room, whether it on the field. By the way, named as a captain, Levante David, Baker Mayfield, Tristan Wirfs, Levante David. Did I say that already? What are the captains of this team? Tristan Wirfs, Levante David, Baker Mayfield. I had the list here. Among the others, as I'm trying to go through my notes at this point, I don't have it, but those are some of them. Again, Mayfield, Evans, Winfield Jr. was one of them. Levante. So those are named. Those are your captains at this point. So good stuff there with Mike Evans. I like it. We'll get Mike Evans 100 receptions. I think I read all these comments at this point, so I'll just continue to go through it.
That's going to be the toughest accomplishment this season is to get Mike Evans his 100th. He struggled last year with an extra game. I really hope he can get it this year.
Yeah, well, I mean,
what an accomplishment, man. He's a Hall of Famer regardless, but man, first ballot automatically.
I think he's first ballot Hall of Famer. Some people disagree with that, but I definitely think.
No, I used to disagree with it until I heard the arguments from you and TJ and some other people. But man, he's not just a great football player, Peter. He's a great person.
Yes, he is. All right, here are your captains: Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield, Tristan Wirfs on offense, Levante David, Vita Vea, Antoine Winfield on defense. So those are your 2025 captains. You're getting tired.
Sorry, Peter.
That's okay. And then one player here, no talk about Graham Barton taking the next step. Is he going to be better this season? He's going to have to be better. And listening to this again makes me realize Antoine Winfield Jr. needs to have a huge year, much like Evans. I agree. I believe he is besides Levante David, one of the biggest pieces or the quarterback, if you will, of the defense. We've talked about it. It's about health. If he can return to that form from 2023 with the back end of that secondary and then get that pass rush from Reddick, I think the sky is the limit for this team. We'll be back on the pregame show. Go ahead and promote yourself, Mr. Harry the Greek, and I will wrap it up.
I don't have to promote myself, buddy. Thanks for tuning into the Sports Web. That's all I got to say. We're going to give you some picks Sunday morning when we do a pregame show. I'm going to give you about a 15 or 20-minute segment because I got to do what the Greek does best. He's got a handicap. Keep an eye out for that line. If it gets to 2.5, you can start to shake a little bit. Right now, the line is only the Buccaneers -2. So they don't fall into that 88% rule. Peter, back to you, buddy.
Oh, yeah, good stuff there. Let me go out to the 2-shot here. Want to go out to Instagram Live really quick. Sitton says, go Bucs, go Bucs. I'll just play this. Edward says, exactly, we got a winning culture from Tom Brady. I'm definitely ready to get this season started, said Edward. I don't believe that the Bears are going to the playoffs, says Ed Gross. And he also says, is Emeka Ibuka going to be like the next?
Was that Ed, like the Ed? My buddy Ed?
Your bad.
Ed, I wouldn't expect anything different from you. I really wouldn't, buddy. I really wouldn't. I know one thing you're not doing is what I'm doing. Love you, Ed.
All right, Terry the Greek, professional handicapper extraordinaire. Appreciate it.
I'm Harry the Greek. You're Peter Blake.
Yes.
I'd love to say thank you to everybody. Peter, close it out because you're the man, brother.
I appreciate you, man. We'll keep it down for the roommates as always. Thanks a lot to, of course, Harry the Greek, professional handicapper extraordinaire, the media icon, Mr. TJ Rives of the Buccaneers Radio Network, and Jason Powers. Like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. And remember, we're only 4 days out. Tune in on Sunday for your pregame, your halftime, and your postgame edition in collaboration with the JP Peterson Show. 3 things. You know them, you love them, you got to have them. Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And for fans of the Sports Web and the Tampa Bay sports fan, it's your time. We'll see you next time on the evolution of Sports Talk Television.
Go Bears.
And don't listen to anything he says. It's always on this show to end it off. Go Bucs.